What is up, my friends? How are we? It is match day here on Anfield Agenda, and the team news has just dropped. It's pretty much the same as it was the last time. Kelleher will start in goal still. No starting berth there for Alisson. Curtis Jones is your right back for today. Front line, well, one change there. Diaz has been swapped out for Cody Gakpo, Diogo Jota through the middle, and of course Mohamed Salah on the right. So we'll go through it all. How are we? It's great to be back again. 2 games in a week after what felt like an eternity away. So welcome in, everyone. Right, let's have a little look-see through. So on the bench today as well for the Reds, Yaros, Endo, Diaz, Darwin, Chiesa, Elliott, Costas, Kwanzaa, Bradley. So Connor Bradley at least does take his place on the bench today for the Reds. Good. I hope we're all awake. It's an early start for me, as I'm sure you're well aware. So yeah, let's look through the team really quickly. Kelleher in goal, Jones at right back, at left back, Andy Robertson, centre back pairing as you would expect. Ibrahim Kanade and Virgil van Dijk, midfield, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, McAllister. Up top, Cody Gakpo on the left, Mo Salah on the right, and Diogo Jota through the centre. Right, Keane said, alright Craig mate, how are we Keano? Hope we've 4 more games, then the title's ours, hopefully. Well look, if we can win today, it's a big step towards it. But either way, we're on the right foot, aren't we? We're going to get there. Arsenal drop more points this weekend. If we can capitalise today, look, it's moving us that step closer. I'm excited by it, but it's not going to be an easy game. I always expect a difficult trip when we play Fulham because they're a good side. So let's see what happens. Let's have a little look-see at the Fulham side as well, which has just come in. Leno, Castagna, Anderson, Bassi, Robinson. Then it's Sanderberg, Lukic, Iwobi, Pereira, Ryan Sessegnon and Rodrigo Muniz. That is the Fulham side. Fancy a Desmond today, said Philip, 2-2. Shane Diaz isn't starting, said Gumi, really impressive midweek. He was, and look, it must be just a rotational thing to keep them both fresh. Obviously, Diaz played Wednesday. Maybe the manager feels Cody Gakpo to keep it fresh today. And look, honestly, I'm always easy with whoever starts out on that left side because they're both good players. On the bench for the Reds today, Endo, Diaz, Darwin, Chiesa, Elliott, Costas, Yaros, Kwanzaa and Bradley. So again, Connor Bradley does return to the Liverpool squad today, which is good news. On the bench for Fulham, Tete, Reed, Jimenez, Carney, Traore, Cuenca, Willian, Breda and Smith Rowe. Again, good decent bench there for Marco Silva's Fulham as well. Mary said thanks for streaming last night. It was enjoyable actually, Mary. Do you know what? I had a good stream. I enjoyed last night. But my pleasure, and thank you for being with us as always. Much love to you and the family, Mary. Craig, how did your bet go last night? It didn't. It stayed with just a 1 Barca goal. They ended up drawing 1-1 in the game. So yeah, it didn't come in. But look, hey, it is what it is. This is the joys of it. But it was lovely to see so many people win a few bob yesterday, of course, on the old Grand National. So congratulations to anybody who had a winner on that one. Right, ladies and gentlemen, it is a match day, which means one thing. We are being brought to you thanks to our incredible sponsors, Manscaped. Why not treat yourself to the Beard and Balls bundle and get 20% off and free shipping? That is 20% off and free shipping either on the Beard and Balls bundle or anything at manscaped.com. Use our code Anfield20 at checkout to get yourself 20% off and free shipping. That is 20% off and free shipping of the Beard and Balls bundle or anything else at manscaped.com with our code Anfield20. Morton Halligan, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, my man. Appreciate your support. Philip, great stream last night. Thank you. It was good. I enjoyed it. It was a nice one. How are we, Liz? Always a pleasure. Always some kind, positive words as well. Mammy Liz is in the house. How are we? Said, happy match day. I'm so damn proud of you, WFM. Show us your socks. No, never again, Liz. Never again. We tried it once and it didn't work out. I think it's fair to say, Liz. But, you know, maybe if I lose a few more kilograms, maybe we can start the show us your socks stuff. Right. Mike Manser. Pleasure, sir. Hope you're well. Afternoon, Craig. Score prediction, please. Sir, am going to go 2-1. I went 3-1 in my prediction, and look, I would absolutely take it, but I'll take a 2-1. Any win will do, Mike. So I'm going to go with a narrow 2-1. History shows that these games are usually Score draws or maybe one goal either side. So, yeah, 2-1 after seeing the team. But I'll take that. A win is a win is a win. If we can move ourselves another win closer to the Premier League title, job's a good one. Win today and all we need is 8 more points. UK channel, Sky Sports Premier League and Sky Sports main event, I believe it is. But for now, I would say 1 PM is when Sky's coverage starts of it. So I would say Sky Sports Premier League and main event, Liz. Craig's the only streamer who can pull a hammy while sitting down to show us his socks. Yep. That's probably right, to be fair. Yeah. They're horrible pains, though, aren't they? You know, when you get the... I don't know if it was a hamstring that time or if it was my calf, but... Do you ever get that in the middle of the night? You wake up and your calf is locked and you've got to curl up your toes. Used to happen to me quite a bit when I was growing up, to be fair. Not so much these days, but it used to happen on the reg for me, like maybe once a week. I'd wake up with a calf locked and have to curl the toes in the middle of the night. Why is Chiesa out in the cold like Harvey? Both are game changers. Morton, it's a really good question, and it's one that we've been asking ourselves as Liverpool fans all season. We don't have the answer, unfortunately, mate, other than at least it's a consistency from the manager. Whether that's a good or a bad thing, I'll let you decide, but... Major Z said, gonna buy me an official jersey, any recommendation? Well, are we talking a Liverpool jersey? If so, I would wait and get one when Adidas drops in the summer, in all honesty. But if you were getting one for this season, personally, I like the black away one. That's my favourite of this season. So, but if you're talking about other kits, God, do you know what? There's been some belter kits. I always look to the old international kits as well. The 125-year anniversary Argentina kit is gorgeous. I seen it up and close when I was in Spain in the Adidas store. Absolutely beautiful kit. Genuinely gorgeous one. Right, you know the drill. We want you to hit that like button early doors if you can, folks. And again, welcome in. Can't wait to have Raheem Sterling applauding us at Anfield, said Ken Gordon. What else have we got in the chat? I've got my home Harvey Elliott jersey on, said Nomad. Nice one, bro. Nice one. Michael said, hi Craig and Connor and the sexy Irishman ready for football. Come on, you Reds. Well, thank you, Michael. Do you know what? I love that we're now 8 years as a channel and I'd say 50% still don't know how to spell Connor. So here's a little tip for anyone watching. The double N is for the surname. So if you're talking O'Connor or Connors or anything like that, double N. If you're talking for a first name, single N, C-O-N-O-R, especially if you're talking to an Irish person. So just because I can feel Connor's pain, it's C-O-N-O-R for Connor. But I also get called Greg by a lot of people. I'd say about 10% of people that email to say Greg, G-R-A-I-G. Connor said some people do spell a name with 2 N's. Yeah, Americans, Crosby. Let's be honest, like, come on. Proper Irish people, most of it 1 N. Or pronounce it Craig. Oh, that's standard. That's standard issue, you know. And it's not just me. It's anyone with my name is pronounced Craig in the States, 100%. And a lot of my friends' parents, actually older ones, would have called me Craig growing up as well. Football Manager Insider. How are we, bro? Said, hey Craig. Hello. Liverpool to win 4-1. Watch this space. Well, I'll very happily return to that, my friend, if that's the case. Yes, and thank you for your super chat as well. Finty Tin. Having a lunchtime. Dram. Slaunch it. Look at you. Getting stuck in early doors of a Sunday. Enjoy it, mate. Enjoy it. Nothing wrong with it. It's the weekend. Let your hair down. Well, you know. I honestly can't remember the last time I even had a drink. I didn't have one in Spain whatsoever on holidays. Not a single one. Bought loads of them, but didn't end up drinking any of them. But Lee helped out with that. Lee had quite a few bottles of Corona. As he should. USA Copboy, how are you, my friend? Said, hello, Craig and everybody from the Regal Princess somewhere between USA and the UK. No. Oh, we're on a ship, aren't we? Forgot we're on a ship. Nice, mate. Nice. Enjoy. On the holidays on the way over to Southampton, if I remember correctly, US Cop by. And then the drive up to Anfield. That's awesome. Honestly, I love a cruise ship, mate. I love a cruise ship. What a way. I always thought I'd be like, nah, never a cruise. Did it on the honeymoon. Loved every minute of it. Even my in-laws were always like, no, God, never do a cruise. Oh, not for us. They did one, and now they've done 4. It's just brilliant, isn't it? I hope you're having a great time. Muckrab, always lovely to see you in, bro. Hope you're well. So Craig, keeping it 100. Yeah, I'm the human equivalency of the 100 emoji, don't you know? And yes, I did rob that from Brooklyn 99. That's a Gina quote. Steve Aldous, he said, morning all. I was up watching F1 and dragged myself here for this. Ouch. I think that started at what, 7 a.m? Something like that? The Japanese Grand Prix. I see Verstappen won it anyway. Michael said, thanks for that, Craig. I'll do it next time. Blaming my phone as I talk into it. Survivor makes a mistake. Look, I always make a mistake, mate. My spelling is absolutely atrocious. And if it wasn't for predictive text and stuff, I'd be in trouble. Good to see Gacker's back today, said the dugout. How are we, Doug? How's the family? How's the young lad? Hope he's well. I hope he's got. I know he's got his first pair of Adidas shoes, right? Surely got his Adidas brogues at this point. Raymond Holt is one of the greatest comedy actors ever, or characters ever. Yes, he is. You're right. We'll use the colloquial term. Bologna. Yes, we'll use Bologna. No, actually, he was talking about Bologna, but he said baloney, wasn't it? Yes, we'll use the colloquial term baloney. Yes, we'll do that. Yeah, look, and may he rest in peace. He's passed away, unfortunately, Andre Braugher. So, fantastic actor, fantastic character, and a fantastic show. Up until series 5, 6-ish, when it started getting a little bit too wokey, if that makes any sense. Not that woke's bad. A little bit too serious is probably more what I'm talking about. We're tickety boo, my friend, and the wee one is great. 18 months old tomorrow. Where's the time gone? It's mental, mate. 18 months already. Where has that gone, Doug? That is, wow. I still remember when yourself and Rebecca just had your young lad. 18 months. That is incredible, man. Where does the time go? But enjoy these days, Doug, because you won't get them back, my man. You won't get them back. We spend our lives as parents wishing our kids on to the next part of their journey, you know. Want them to crawl, or want them to sit up. Want them to crawl. Want them to talk. Want them to walk. And then you spend your time chasing them around trying to protect them from themselves. The Pontiac Bandit episodes were the best ones. Yes, they were always brilliant. Reunited and it feels so good. Reunited like you know we should. Pontiac Bandit is brilliant. My fellow Craig as well. There you go. I wonder how much energy we put into this game. Hopefully we get it done as early as possible. Well, we've nothing to be saving the energy up for, so we might as well get it done today. You know, it's one game a week pretty much from here on in. I'm starting to believe Alisson is going to be sold in the summer. I think it's why they brought in Mamardashvili. Well, look, Mamardashvili was brought in probably to replace Kelleher, in all honesty, who will be going in the summer. Alisson's out at the minute because of concussion protocol. I just sent my mate a message. It's concussion protocol, Jimbo. He got a concussion while playing with Brazil and still hasn't cleared concussion protocol, unfortunately. Philip said, thank you, Mary. My 2 sons and I live and work over there, so lovely holiday, but love catching up with them and get over when we can. Nice. Craig, the ship cruise was the best when Doug sings Rosa. Yep, Rosa, Rosa, Rosa. And then he starts singing the directions of where the guy trying to kill him was in it. Look, there's so many great Brooklyn Nine-Nine episodes. What's your score prediction? I'm going to go 2-1, even though I went 3-1 all week, Daniel. So I'm going to go 2-1 to the Reds. Ricky said, I agree with you about Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I'm all for wokeness and people being unique, but it's frustrating to see it change trajectory of winning formulas. Yes, exactly. And that's my point. Look, I watched, what's this show? Hacks. Did you ever watch that show? Hacks. It's on one of the Sky channels. And it's a kind of woke show, but it's so clever. It's done so well. And it's the identity of the show moving forward. And it's brilliant. It's so highbrow. It's so really cleverly written. And it shines a light on things that need to have a light shone on them. And done so in such a really clever, good way. But I was agreeing with you. Like, Brooklyn Nine-Nine went in this weird direction. From the kind of he said, she said episode, kind of around then. And it was weird. Because, as you said, the formula worked. The one that they had. I do know they changed... I think they changed channels in America a few times as well, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe different TV stations that they went to had different things they needed to push out. Connor said it needs to be subtle and not preachy. Brooklyn Nine-Nine was way too in your face. Yes, exactly. Agree. The one where Holt and Jacob, the mumps, is the best. Yes. What was it? What was the name of the thing he called the mump on his neck? Nobody tell me, I got to think about this one. What was it? And he said she's the thirsty bitch. Oh God, what was the name of it? Oh, I can't think of it now. But yes, that episode was brilliant. Yes, Balthazar, that was the one, Muckarab. Yes, she's a thirsty bitch. I'd be like Jake as well, having to touch it just to see what the pain is like. I'm that guy. I'm the lad that has a scab on his knee or elbow or something, has to keep picking at it. Ricky said, this is why I love shows like South Park, completely against the grain, no discrimination because everyone gets thrown under the bus. The episode of South Park where they spoke about Tolkien, I thought that was one of the best written episodes that really just made everybody feel like pieces of crap. All of us viewers, everybody else, where they came over to Integrity Farms and the dad was speaking about Tolkien and said, yes, he's named after J.R.R. Tolkien, my favourite character. And it's just like, why, what did you think it was? It's just like, you bastards. That was brilliant. I love that type of comedy. Real make us all squirm. Larry David-esque kind of comedy. Ricky Gervais-esque comedy as well. South Park's brilliant. It's mad to think, though, that that's been going on since I was in secondary school. Which is quite a while ago. Liz said Ian has now completed 3 adaptive playgrounds and 3 adaptive play centres with sensory deprivation rooms. Nice. Well in, Ian. Doing great work as always, Liz. Proud to know you both. The fact they went back and changed all the subtitles of the old episodes from Tolkien to Tolkien. I didn't know that, David, to be honest with you. But it was very clever, the way that they shone a light on us all and made us all feel a bit, well, like the assholes we should have. Timmy! That's my favourite character, without a doubt. Timmy! I did miss your super chat, Johnny. I just didn't get to it yet. I haven't missed it, don't worry. And I'm not reading it out because I don't agree with it. Conor McGregor's not the voice for anybody in this country, mate. I speak to that as an Irishman. He's not the voice for any of us. I'm not saying there isn't some validity to some of what he says, but he doesn't speak on behalf of all of us, and there are far better ways to portray that frustrations that a lot of people have. Genuine, sincere frustrations and concerns. I'm not denying that they exist, but he ain't it. Not in that regard. Not for me anyway. What's my thoughts on Still Game? I've tried to watch it a few times, Scotty, and never been able to. Yeah, so look, I guess I've got to bring it up, mate, because you spent your money and you're a good lad, so I'll bring it up for you out of courtesy, but I don't agree with that perspective. Bigger, Longer and Uncut is one of my favourite movies. And Team America World Police, that was pretty damn good as well. Still Game, Scotty. I tried to watch it a few times, and maybe I just haven't given it long enough, but I couldn't get into it. But what I will say is, anyone that's watched it is a fan, right? So many people have said to me it's brilliant, so there must be something wrong with me or something. Mark has said over my dead body, he said, I think, are we still talking about McGregor there? I don't know. I don't really pay much attention to what he has to say, to be honest. I would have rather he continued on doing his fighting career. As the Irish spirit of not giving a damn. You see, that's the one part of McGregor I always loved. Same with Roy Keane. That's the Irish spirit that I do love. That whole how do I say this? Speaking up, calling shit out, and not giving a damn. I love that about Roy Keane when he was dealing with the FAI. And I'm always for that. I'm always for somebody speaking up and trying to hold people to account. Arteta said over my dead body with the Premier League title race. Oh yeah, but you can't say that about the sexiest manager in world football. I mean, AI couldn't be wrong, could it? So yes, AI is the reason we have to listen to Arteta being labelled as the best looking manager in the Premier League. He does my head in, Arteta. Honestly, does my head in. He's just a sanctimonious arsehole. I can't be doing with him. Johnny said he speaks what folk are afraid to say. I love him. But here's the problem, Johnny, right? I'm not denying for 1 second that there isn't some validity to the argument of people being concerned. And I would share some concerns. But there's a way of saying it and going about it, and you can't spread falsehoods and mistruths around these things as well. You've got to be really careful. And look, maybe these things spark a conversation in society, and that is needed, an honest conversation. But again, there's ways, I think, of addressing these things and going about it. And each to their own. I'm not telling you how to feel, mate, or who you should back or support. You're free man to do your own thing. Nomad said, very nasally speaking he is too. Oh, that's the real thing about Arteta I can't stand. It's just, every time he speaks, my ears hurt. Muckrab said, falsehoods is how most people get their position of influence. Yeah, so, as an example, Muckrab, and to try and be fair, right, people have accused me of that. So people have accused me of having an anti-FSG agenda just to get influence or just to have a platform. So I get it. It's absolute horseshit in my instance. I have an agenda against them for a very good reason, and as soon as they change the way of operating, that agenda will go to the wayside. But yeah, there is look, without talking politics or anything, because we don't talk politics on the channel, there is certainly a lot of falsehoods being spread in all aspects of life on social media and in the world, whether it's politics, religion, food stuffs, what's good for you, what isn't good for you. I mean, we could go on all day. The age of misinformation is a worrying one in so many regards, but again, I'm not intelligent enough to figure it all out, deal with it all, or be the voice of it. So, I have a question for you. Give me your favourite ever non-Liverpool jersey before the game gets underway. Your favourite ever non-Liverpool jersey. I'll start off. I'm going to go for 1990 West Germany. That to me is peak football. Also, some of the Nintendo Fiorentina shirts were absolutely epic. The Dutch 1986 shirt, epic. The Argentina 86 shirt, I think it was Le Coq Sportif, epic. And the Ireland Italia 90, I have to say, as a biased person, right up there as well. Mark said, I love the AC Milan 2005 away. That was a good shirt, Mark. That's a great shout. El Harvo said last season's AC Milan just perfectly simple and classic. Liz said Japan World Cup. Yeah, good shout. Nigeria as well. I think a couple of years ago Nigeria had a run of unbelievable shirts. Connor said the Dutch shirts in the 80s are definitely up there. AC Milan end of the 90s, said Christian. The old German jerseys, green, no sponsor, just the classic Adidas logo. Do you know why Germany wear green for their away shirt? They wear green because Ireland were the first country to play them after the World War, I think World War II. So that's why they have a green away shirt. It's a little nod to Ireland. That's at least what I believe it to be. I could be wrong on that, but... Derby County, nice. Corin said Boca Juniors. Yes, Boca Juniors are epic. Some of the old Boca and River Plate jerseys are amazing. The Boca Juniors blue and yellow is iconic. I agree. Brilliant shirts. Obi-Wan Kenobi said Inter Miami's a modern classic. They've had some really cool shirts. I usually buy them for Lucas because he's a big Messi fan. So I usually buy him the latest Inter Milan ones. And I have to say, yeah, some of them are gorgeous. Really, really creative shirts. Steve said, love the Dutch shirts when they burst onto the scene 74, 78, but my favourite non-Liverpool shirts are all music related. That's really interesting because Connor has a few of those. So Connor collects a lot of Bohemian shirts when they're doing social charity stuff or where the Fontaines DC are working with them and stuff. But Connor got the... what's the Jimi Hendrix Seattle Sounders shirt as well, which is gorgeous. Joshua said favourite Brazilian team, Craig. Mine is Corinthians. I wouldn't really have one. At a push, let's say Sao Paulo, because I love their shirts. I love the colour, the white, the red and the black. Connor said Inter Milan Pirelli shirts. Gumi Dutch 98. Ajax, yes. Ajax have had some belters. I still have the Three Little Birds shirt upstairs with the tags on it. And I also have that Atletico Mineiro shirt. The centenary one that the fans designed. I have that as well. Oh, I've got coffee. How could you all let me forget I had coffee? Shame on you. Right, ladies and gents. Let's have a look-see, once again, at the Liverpool 11, just in case you haven't seen it. Caoimhín Kelleher in goal. Right back is Curtis Jones again. Left back, Andy Robertson. Centre back pairing, Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahim Konate. In midfield, it's exactly as you would expect. McAllister, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch. Up top, Mohamed Salah on the right, Diogo Jota through the middle, and Cody Gakpo is your left winger. Craig, bit random, but if FSG do have a multi-club model, what 5 other countries would you want them in? Brazil, Spain, somewhere in Asia. I don't know where. Let's say Japan, maybe. I'd love them to have an American MLS team. That'd be cool. So them. I can't really think of any other football hotbeds or up-and-coming hotbeds. I mean, it makes sense to have academies and stuff somewhere in the likes of the Middle East. And I think Liverpool do have a Saudi academy. That makes sense. I'm sure that's going to be a hotbed of talent in years to come as well. So yeah, somewhere like that. I love the idea of Malaga, by the way, as I've said before. I think that would be a very good strategic club for FSG to buy. Right, just a reminder as well, show tickets are on sale, so if you haven't got them, you can scan the QR code there on the screen. Last day of the season show, May 25th, and then 3 days later, May 28th, both at the Hot Water Comedy Club. Hope you can come along and join us for what will be a fun couple of shows. And also, we are being brought to you today with thanks to our incredible sponsors, Manscaped. Don't forget to check out what is my personal favourite package of them all, the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, featuring the Lawnmower 5.0 with Manscaped skin-safe technology, the brightest ever LED spotlight, a battery that lasts a full 90 minutes, and lots of other interesting bits and pieces included as well, like the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Manscaped's 2 liquid formulations, and a couple of free gifts as well. The Shed travel bag and the boxer briefs, both of them are the free gifts to you as part of that set. you can get yourself 20% off and free shipping. That's 20% off and free shipping store-wide at manscaped.com with a code Anfield20 or by scanning the QR code. Craig, how are you feeling, bro? Let's get the win. I'm good, Ninmoy, I'm good. A bit nervous. Want to see how we look when the game gets going, but yeah, good. A feeder club in Croatia could be useful. I just don't know if as a league, the Croatian league would be strong enough, because I don't think the country would be big enough. So I don't know if that league will ever be strong enough to be competitive enough, if you get me. Can I buy tickets for the 25th on the door? In theory, Phil, yes. In theory, yes. I'm sure there will still be tickets available. The reason I say that is the venue has 4 theatres. They have an 80-seater theatre. They have a 150-seater theatre, a 230-seater theatre, and a 580-seater theatre. So yeah, in theory, yes. Unless something drastic happens, but yes, in theory, yes. So for the 25th, Phil, it's looking like a lot of the stuff during the day, I believe, is going to be free. You know, the streaming of the game, some of the other fun stuff they have planned on the day, and then the show will be where you have to buy the tickets. So yes, I believe you'll be able to. Liz said, it's amazing how far you and Connor have come from the grey sofa and shoeboxes. I know. I was only thinking about this last night, Liz, sitting on the sofa, reflecting on everything. Reflecting on first world problems like trying to figure out the $6,500 to buy the house and stuff like that. Real mad progress. And I keep getting scared as to when it's done, when it's over, when people are going to give up on us and be fed up of us. And I wonder how long I have left before people, because everything has its use by date. Everybody has their use by date as well. So I'm always nervous that I'm overstaying my welcome a little bit. Germany, in my opinion, for the 5th country, it's just, you could only own 49%, right, of a German club, because fans have to own 50% plus or 51%. So, yeah, the German model would have to be a fan-led model as well. So, that doesn't really sound very FSG capitalistic, does it? Ninmoy said, this is actually a well-intended suggestion for Arsenal. I think they should bin Lego Head and get Fabregas. His style of play is typically Arsenal, and I think with him they can achieve greater success. There's definitely for me a question about Arteta and his longer term future. I think that's a valid question if he doesn't win out in this season. Liz said, that's your brain, you have more to accomplish. I'm preconditioned, Liz, to think that at every stage of life something will come and pull down what you've built or worked with, or something that's positive in your life. That's the way my life has been to this point, is whenever something looks like it's going to be good, something comes in the way and ruins it. So we have always been scared in that regard about the channel. If I owned Arsenal, I'd bin for Arteta and get Inzaghi. I'd probably look to somebody like Iriola, somebody along those lines. Do you know what? In actual fact, I'd probably bring back in Unai Emery. I think they let him go way too early. El Harvo said, do you think Arteta would have won the league if they had bought or loaned a first team striker like Ishak or Oshiman in January? No, not in January. I still think we'd have won the league at that point. At the start of the season, if they'd have brought in a striker, who knows? But, we could say that as well. If we had got rid of Darwin earlier and brought in another striker, would we have been better? So, we can all play the whataboutery game. But ultimately, Arsenal had the chance, and so far they've set themselves up for another second place finish. Heck said, Slot has turned Jones into our own Kimmich. What a player Jones is. He's certainly somebody who's thrived under Arne Slot, and he played the right back role against Everton. He looked like he didn't miss a beat, to be honest with you. And if he can continue to show that versatility and tactical flexibility, absolutely agree. What an option for Arne Slot. George said Marco Silva could be a good manager for Arsenal. Yeah, he was always right in the periphery of going to a big club, Marco Silva, from right back in the days where he was at Everton and even before that. And he never really got that big opportunity. David said, even with a striker, Arsenal don't have the depth, in my opinion, to come close to getting over the line. I think old Ange Postecoglou is starting to feel the pressure as well. He's starting to sound a little bit tetchy in recent weeks. Although I think the next few weeks for clubs like United and Spurs, the European fates are kind of what their season rests on. Especially for United. That's their only chance of getting into Europe next season. Denny said, I'm starting to get nervous for the coming game. I really hope we don't put in useless crosses for no one in the box again. That's 30 crosses in the last game and 4 of them finding their way to a Liverpool player. Yeah, we definitely need a higher connectivity than that. Oh, St. Johnstone are beating Celtic 1-0. Wow. Didn't see that one coming. Fulham Stadium looks class, doesn't it? Craven Cottage on the docks like that. The stand that looks like a ship. Swimming pool at the end of it. It's such a lovely little ground, Craven Cottage. George said, Craig, hear me out. We bring in Akitika and Delap and sell Nunes and Jota. Done. George, I've been talking about that for a while, my friend. Done. You've sold me. Sign me up. Stargirl said, I buy a lot of David Bowie shirts. I've got tickets to see Pulp and Mumford and Sons. Am I going to see any gigs this year? Yeah. So Sabrina and I have tickets to Bad Friends, which is Andrew Santino podcast. We're going to see that in July. We have tickets to Cage Warriors. We've got front row Octagon side tickets for Cage Warriors coming up at the end of this month. And we're going to a boxing show at the National Stadium in Dublin next weekend. So yeah, we've got a few bits and pieces coming up. Usually comedy gigs for us or fights that we go to. Ken said Salah Brace coming today. He's been quiet lately. George said, I'm a big fan of Akitika and recently been liking Delap, so hoping we can sign them both. Well, Delap, as we know, has a £40 million release clause in his deal. Ladies and gents, I'm going to need your help. We are 35 minutes out from the game and we're only at 385 likes. We cannot not get to our 1,000 before kickoff, so if you can help me out by hitting that like button, please do. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, we'd love you to do that as well. Johnny said, is Delap really Liverpool standard? Ipswich to us is a big jump. That's why, Johnny, I think myself and George and others have been speaking about it from the perspective of a second option through the centre. I think you're right to say it's a big step up. You're right to ask, could he make it? I would say he probably could, but I would rather it be as the second option rather than, let's say, selling him or bringing him in to replace Nunes. That would be just too much of a risk. Muckrab said, Craig, United and Delap's links are heating up and he's been described as their top target. That would worry me if I was a United fan. Look, Delap has something about him, but if you're looking to bet your future, and that's what United's going to have to do now with Amram as well, I don't know if he's that guy to lead the line. But if he can do it, if he can go to United and be that guy, that would certainly be a huge plus for him and a big reputational builder. But I wouldn't be going near United now if I was a player, an up-and-coming player, to be honest with you. They've already wasted money on Højlund and Xerxes. Muckrab said, I'm a bit worried it'll derail Delap's career. look, you don't want to go. You don't want to underback yourself. You don't want to not back yourself to succeed. But, you know, at the minute, United just feels like a poisoned chalice. Zach said, Delap's playing really well in a bad team. He's earned a chance. Look, he comes through the Man City Academy. His father, Rory, obviously a former player. He's got a great pedigree. He certainly knows the role he's playing and he's getting better. I think he's put up 11 goals, something like that, for Ipswich this season in the Prem. And that's a terrible Ipswich side, so... Connor said, Liam Delap is 1 goal off Ollie Watkins, playing in a team with championship quality. Be interesting to see him in a top team. Yeah, that's a really good point, Connor. Joshua said, anybody remember when the media was overhyping the transfer of Xerxes at the start of the season? I swear I saw him on every pundit show. Anyone that goes to United is hyped. Anyone. And I never understood the Xerxes one, but I'm not going to rewrite history. I did say I think they overpaid for Hoyland, but I still say there's a player in Hoyland. Just, I don't know if he's feeling the love at United. And I don't mean that from the fans, I just mean in general. But I still stand over, I think that there's a player in Hoyland. Maybe too young at the minute for a club like United, but there's something about that kid that makes me think he's got the fighting spirit and quality, but he's just not at a club that's confident enough to help him progress at the minute. That's my take on it anyway. Maybe United fans would very much disagree with that and look at him and go, nah, he's just not good enough. Will I collab with Liverpool fan in Japan? Already done it. I've done a couple of videos with Sai in the past. Yeah, we've done, check the channel, they're up there. We did one on his, did one on ours. Really lovely guy. Reminds me of the position we were in buying Jota. Yeah, that was an interesting one. I remember thinking at the time, I didn't really have too many qualms about buying Jota, but I was a little bit concerned about the price tag at the time. Don't know why young players join United since 92. The player development is rubbish, said Tom. Everybody's totally overhyped. Mainu comes in, does really well, and of course gets overhyped to bits. Garnacho, the worst thing that could have happened to Garnacho was scoring that bicycle scissors kick volley, because again the hype train that came with him was nuts. Anybody that shows any type of semi-decent quality at United gets overhyped, and it ends up being detrimental to them. Am I a fan of Pedri? Look, yes, Pedri, Gavi, that conveyor belt. Actually, Pedri, didn't he come through at Las Palmas, if I'm not mistaken? But yeah, great player. Stargirl, do you think we'll hear anything about Man City's charges soon? Yes, everybody's kind of on pins and needles waiting. It should be this month at some point, but again, nobody seems to know anything about it. It's all very hush-hush. And I don't mean hush-hush in a dodgy way or anything. I mean, it's just all very protected and no leaks are coming out, and even people way more in the know don't know at the minute. So yeah, we'll wait and see. Petter said you're predicting 2-2 for this game. Have you seen much rotation Maresca has made? I haven't looked at your game at all, to be honest, Petter. Focusing absolutely on this one. 2-2's not out of the realms of possibility. You know, I always say I don't ever expect an easy game against Fulham. They're a good side. Matthew, my friend, how are you? Thank you for your super chat, Matthew. Said, what would your dream transfer window be, ins and outs, in terms of forwards, excluding Isak, because I think we all know it's not happening. I think you're probably right on that one, Matthew. My other dream one probably isn't realistic either, in that I would love Julian Alvarez. But realistically, I think the idea that George floated earlier on of a Kitika and somebody like Delap to move on Nunes and, let's say, Jota. But if I was a betting man, I would suggest we're going to see Nunes and Diaz leave. this summer. And if that was the case, then Delap wouldn't be the answer, because we need a left winger then. So it would be a Kittigat and somebody else. But honestly, the forwards that have been spoken about, Matthew, I don't know enough about the likes of Hugo Kittigat and some others. Like, I know more about Sheshko, I know more about Cunha, obviously from the Prem, but I just get the feeling we're going to still be underwhelmed this summer. It seems like there's a lot of backtracking going on already around sections of the media about our business. But my tagline is going to be, I'll believe it when I see it. Nomad said, I completely forgot it's the Manchester Derby later. It has to be the least important Manchester Derby for a long time. I was saying this last night on the stream. It really just feels like nobody cares about it this time around. It's kind of the who needs a game. You know, City's, yes, they need Champions League football, but they're going to try to win the FA Cup, obviously, to rescue their season. United's aim will be the Champions League via the Europa League. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a weird one, that later on. Don't know what to expect in it. Off the top of my head, 2-1 City, but... Silky, welcome to Anfield Agenda Ultras, my man. John, I know you care, bro. I know you're a United fan. I don't know. It just feels like both clubs' big focuses are elsewhere. Although I would say the game, from a league perspective, matters more to City because they're chasing Champions League football. But United, you should be focusing on the Champions League qualification via the Europa League. It's your best chance, obviously. Well, it's your only chance. Trixie, or Tricky, or Trixie? I'm sorry about the pronunciation, my friend. Started watching the Premier League 4 years ago at the age of 22, but was converted early on by my uncle with a Gerrard jersey for my 8th birthday. Well done, uncle. Well done, uncle. I think it's the best league in the world. Genuinely, I do. I think you may see some star players in other leagues. You may see moments of it. But I think the Premier League is so competitive. It's what makes it interesting. Now, I guess competitive is subjective, right? Or competitiveness is subjective. But at any day in the Prem, anyone can beat anyone. And that's what I love about it. But yes, usually the cream does rise to the top. But it's just that I love the Premier League. I love the physicality and pace of it. I love that there is no real easy games in it. You have to fight for every point. And games go late as well. Craig, in my opinion, said Sam, Hoyson will choose Barcelona or Madrid, knowing he grew up in Spain and rejected Netherlands for Spain. So, he played Netherlands up until under 20, I think. You're right, Spanish international, came through the Malaga Academy, I think. I don't know if, well, actually, I feel quite certain that Barcelona don't have the money to sign Hoyson. Real Madrid, look, their name's certainly been mentioned. There was an interesting story doing the rounds today, and I guess we'll talk about it in tonight's late night agenda. Saying that Barcelona were looking to offer Liverpool some swappies for a player or two, and that Liverpool are interested in Fermin Lopez as they prepare for the potential departure of Harvey Elliott, according to our friends at Anfield Index. Mary said, everybody is up more for our games than City or United. Sorry, that's the way it goes. I definitely feel like we're a lot of teams' cup finals, alright. Liverpool lad, hey Craig, hope you're doing well. 2-0 for me, come on you Reds. Nice. Hopefully that's the case, my friend, and hope you're having a lovely weekend as well. Thank you for your super chat. Any concerns on the refs or VAR today? Hopefully we never see Tierney again. Let me just have a quick scoot who the refs are, actually. 1 second. Mark always sends me these things. So let me scroll back through. Right, so if we got today. Chris Kavanagh is the ref, so no, I've got no issues there. Assistant, Stuart Burton, James Maywearing. Stuart Burton, James Maywearing. No problem there. Tom Bramall, fourth official, Matt Donoghue. No concerns for me about any of those officials. No issues with Chris Kavanagh. No issues with Matt Donoghue on VAR. Or Gary Bestwick as the assistant VAR. So yeah, all good for me on that one. Right, we have 24 minutes and we still need 387 likes. So if you can help me out with a like, much appreciated. Right, so Arne Slot has given a few bits and pieces. Actually, we'll start with Gary Neville. So Gary Neville said the other teams just haven't stepped up this season and teams have fallen below their standards. And that Liverpool have been consistent. Well, look, any team that shows the level of consistency we have will be in a shout in any title race, to be fair. Arne Slot, speaking about Mohamed Salah, said, I think he's smiled less because we went out of the Champions League and we lost the final. So all the players smiled less than when you go through to the next one. It's been nothing to do with not scoring a goal. Well, look, hopefully Mo gets back in the old scoring charts today, but it was definitely a really tough week before the international break to go out of the Champions League heartbreakingly on penalties and then, of course, lose to Newcastle deservedly in the League Cup final. AK King Cody, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, my man. Appreciate you. Matthew said, if Madrid want them in this window, they'll get him, but I don't think they're in the market for a centre-back. Oh, they are definitely in the market for a centre-back. They are. There's been talk of them looking at Nkapie as well, Huijsen and a couple of others. I guess it's just a matter of where the priorities lay. There's also talk, actually, of them being in for Kirkes. Let me just check my notes on this one. I can't remember where I've seen this. There was talk that they're in for Kirkes as well. This from Matteo Moretto said Liverpool are not only interested in Kirkes from Bournemouth, but they're keeping a close eye on Antoine Semenyo. The club has scouted him several times and is considering making a move from this summer. So again, if we bring in Semenyo, is that an indication Salah's heading off? There's a lot of uncertainty, and that's why we need these contracts sorted out. Sam Lewis said Mo has to be dropped if he has another stinker today. No player's bigger than the team. Defo needs to start looking like himself again. Excuse me if the hiccups here. No argument about that. Last 3 games in particular, I think he's nowhere near the level we know he's capable of. Craig, have you talked about or seen the video of Tarkowski trying to intentionally hurt Canade? Haven't talked about it and haven't seen the video, so can't really talk about it, I guess. Look, every time we play Everton, I'm always concerned about an overzealousness, shall we say, from some of the Evertonian players. Pickford seems to always get away with some type of stupid lunge or kick out. But look, it's been and done. Gone. We've beaten them. We move on. Jay Muse said, I love visiting Craven Cottage. Such a cosy place to watch football and good supporters. It's just, it always feels a bit like they're the aristocrats or something of the Premier League. Still can't believe there's a Premier League club there with a swimming pool in the stadium as well, which is nuts. Justin said, need a good day. I've had a crap week. Had to put my cat to sleep Friday and I've done my back in. Sorry to hear that, Justin. Another one of the people in our community had to put their dog down the other day as well. So definitely understand and feel the pain of putting a pet to sleep, and hope your back heals up as well soon, my friend. In 20 days, it'll be 100 years since Sheffield United last won a trophy. Ouch. Something for Everton fans to be thankful about there then, maybe. Whose birthday is it? I've seen somebody's birthday as well in the chat. Let's scroll back up. Frank, how are we, bro? Good day to you. Over in Australia, my man. 41 months with us as a member. Thank you, sir. Legit Enigmas. 29th birthday today. Let's hope we can celebrate with a win from the lads and another step closer to the 20th title. Yeah, I'm going to be 29 soon as well. Mate, look at us. A couple of 29-year-olds. I'm like 29.14. Joshua said, did anybody see how Brewster is balling for Sheffield now? His form is better. Certainly looking to step it up a bit from previous seasons there. And look, I'm delighted for him. Always wanted Ryan Brewster to do well. Bacon Bap said, I'm at the game. Fulham fans, not optimistic, at least the ones I'm talking to. Good. Well, hopefully their lack of optimism is borne out in the result. Ian said he's been 21 for the last 10 years. Well done, Ian. Fair play to you. I agree. You know, age is just a number that we can manipulate and lie about. Mary was 27 for 5 years when her daughter was small. There you go, Mary. I mean, nothing wrong with it. I don't care how old I get, fat I get, balder I get. I'm always going to be 15 at heart. That's never going to change. Cole Palmer dropped for Dewsbury Hall. Wow. Big call. Fulham supporters were pushing for a place in Europe, but look to have come up a bridge too far, said Jay Muse. LFC Reaper said concerned about Jones at right back. Well, it's going to be interesting watching him and Anthony having a little battle with each other as he goes up and down that their left side, their right side. But I think Jones did really well against Everton, so let's see what he can do against Anthony Robinson. But if I go off the first game, I got to give Jones his credit there. Major Zero said the PGMOL bias towards Everton helped us yesterday. I looked at that actually. I finally seen that penalty incident on Match of the Day last night. And any Arsenal fans watching, I feel your pain. It was never a penalty. Never. So I got to agree with them on this one. It was both of them tussling with each other. And the Arsenal player was falling backwards to lean in. Everton player kind of moved and clipped them. The Arsenal player tripped and clipped them. It just wasn't a penalty. It was clumsy, but I don't think it was a penalty by any stretch. Muckrap said good for Chelsea. Palmer's been washed since October, had a good December but very poor apart from that. Joshua said we're all just grown up kids. We are. I can't speak for the ladies, but I know certainly us men never really grow up. I always look at the lads going into work in their suits, the professionals, the solicitors, the lawyers, look at them all and go, I wonder deep down, are you just as big a child as I am? And I think the answer is yes. They're probably able to project their professionalism far better than I can. But I think they're all as big children as we are. At least I hope that's the case. Have we got any professionals in the chat? Any lawyers, higher ups who have to wear suits to work, managers? Let me know. Are you a big child as well? Do you have to put on this air of professionalism that deep down is bullshit? Trey said, agree with the Arsenal penalty yesterday. Just one more excuse for them to lose the league. Look, I keep saying it. Refereeing decisions this season have not been good enough across the board. It's definitely not just a Liverpool problem. It's been a year where there's been way too many decisions that have just been farcical, to be honest. And that yesterday was farcical. Silky said, sadly, yes, in my case. I thought it was a great decision personally, said Tom. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. David said, I'm an architect. I'm still 20 at heart. Oh, dude, I'd love to be an architect. I'd love to be able to look at something and have a vision of how it will finish looking and sketch it out. Any designers or architects or landscape architects or anything like that, you guys have all of my respect. I could not do your job. I have not got a creative bone in my body. Ninmoy said, I'm 34. My favourite activity of the day is to tease my short little sister. So if you took the word sister and swapped that for wife, I'm pretty much the same. Favourite part of my day is teasing my little wife, and slapping her arse every time she goes past. And it's gotten to the stage where if I don't, she turns around and looks at me. So if she walks past me, she'll turn around, give me the ass as she walks past. And if I don't, she stops and looks at me like I've done something wrong. Kevin said, I'm one of those. We're a bunch of children just pretending, and honestly, I'm losing my patience with it all. Good, Kevin. Good man. I love that you admit it. Honestly, I couldn't do the pretense of being a serious person. I couldn't. I think I probably have the intelligence to be a professional from a legal sense, or a psychologist, psychiatrist, something like that. I think I'm smart enough, but I'm not professional enough in any sense. Never. I couldn't do it. The real Johnny Sin said, Craig, I wouldn't mind Kane at Liverpool, a proper striker. From a goal scoring perspective, dude, totally get where you're coming from. I just don't like Harry Kane. And I don't know, I just have this thing where I think Harry Kane is the most un-Liverpool player possible, almost. DJ John said, I'm 55 and make music and DJ sets. Good. Mate, music isn't a job. I know yours is, sorry, I don't mean that, but music is a way of life. So I totally understand how you're 55 or 55 you said, and still in the musical lifestyle. I was a DJ growing up. I stopped when I needed to settle down, so I stopped early in my 20s, but I had some fun years in clubs and stuff DJing. But I totally get it, man. I know friends of mine who were DJing back then are still DJing now in their mid-40s, and I think it's a lifestyle as well. Like, this to me is more than just a job. It's a lifestyle, it's a way of life. So hang on, I'm going to try and sound like the kids now, John. Hang on. Ball is life. Kane repels trophies. There you go. He's about to win one this year. He's going to win the Bundesliga. Liverpool lad said, I live in Liverpool and right now I hear this lad next door who's screaming at the top of his lungs saying, we love you, Liverpool we do. Oh, Liverpool, we love you. Good man. Go in next door and say hello to him. And tell him to sub to Anfield Agenda as well. Nin Moy said, Bradley still not available. Any news on that? He's on the bench, dude. He's on the bench today, so he's on the road back. Let's just again look through the bench. It scrolls across the bottom of the screen as well, just in case you want to have a look at it yourself. But bench today, Endo, Diaz, Darwin, Chiesa, Elliott, Costas, Yaros, Kwanzaa and Bradley. Oh, so my family came home yesterday looking all smug when they came in the door. And I'm like, why are they looking all smug? And then they pulled out a dozen of offbeat donuts. Has anyone tried them? So many donut companies popping up now, but offbeat donuts they came home with yesterday. They have a Dubai chocolate bar donut. They have a Terry's chocolate orangey type donut. They have apple crumble donut. Oh lads, they came in with a box of a dozen of them yesterday, and my god, it was like the Hunger Games in here last night for the last few. People just, you know, battling each other. Is youth wasted on the youth? That's the question. Yes and no. Yes and no. I mean, some young people definitely do live. I lived a really hedonistic youth. Genuinely, I did. I would have been out in nightclubs 3-4 nights a week, whether working or partying. And religiously every weekend I was partying for a good 6-7 years solid. Going into work in tatters in the early parts of the week. So yeah, we lived a crazy hectic lifestyle where it was a lot of partying. Oh, here she comes.
Yeah, and every night that we worked in the hotel involved the bar staff staying in the restaurant till like 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning drinking.
Yep. Twas a crazy one. So yeah, I think the best part about being young is the recovery from these things, right? So now, for instance, if I have a drink now, I'm 2 days in bed. Like, that's how useless I am. Whereas when you're younger, you know, you just don't go to bed, do you? Or you get up the next day and you're at it again. Have you tried doing a watch along with an AirPod in one ear so you can hear? No, because I know it wouldn't work for me, Trey, because of my Asperger's. So I have hearing sensitivities and sensory issues around hearing. So if I had it in, I would probably repeat half of what's in my ear into the microphone, and I certainly wouldn't be able to hold a conversation with anybody. So yeah, can't do it, mate. Craig, he said, yeah, I will go on, lad. He's probably drunk. There you go, let him enjoy it. He's about to win the league title. Oh, Liverpool, we love you. Mary said, same here, Craig. Many a time I was still drunk going to work. Exactly, Mary. You know, proper order as well. Go into work, full attitude of, shut up, I didn't come here to work today. I'm sick of this shit. I'm not here to work. I'm showing up to get paid, but I'm not doing a damn thing. Don't annoy me. Now go get the breakfast rolls in. Right, we've 8 minutes and we need 171 likes. We can't let this fall by the wayside, folks. Do keep hitting that like button for me. The smell of Jaeger and you're down till Tuesday. Yep. I was more a vodka and tequila person, to be honest with you, than Jaeger. My missus would have been Jägermeister and whiskey, but I'd be a vodka and tequila person. Would I take £80 million for Macca? No, genuinely I wouldn't. What do you think of the lineup? Said GB. Yeah, no problems with it. Honestly, as I said during the week, whether it was going to be Gakpo or Diaz, I rate them both, so no problem with that. I expected Jota to start after him scoring. So yeah, I don't really sit here with any complaints. I'm hoping to see a better performance from Mo. I'm interested to see how Jones continues to gun it right back, especially today against Anthony Robinson. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Right, 7 minutes to go. 48 likes to go. We're getting close, folks. We're getting close. Jay Muse said, sorry, never drank. Mate, you're not missing nothing. Genuinely, if somebody was sitting in front of me now and said, right, Craig, I'm 40, 50, 60 years of age, I've never drank and I've never smoked weed, I want to do one, with every fibre of my soul, I would say weed. Because, 1, it's more fun. 2, you're fully in control of your faculties. 3, you get to enjoy food more. And it makes everything more enjoyable. And there's no hangover. So yeah, if I was giving any advice to somebody who wanted to do one of those two things for the first time in their life, that. DJ John said, if I had a boss that was working late on a Friday, he'd sometimes bring me a couple of beers. Best boss I've ever had. Good. Sounds like a good man. Phil, how are you, bro? Who's winning in your eyes? Me. 2-1 to Liverpool. I think it'll be a narrow win. They're always tough games against Fulham. Arsenal can beat Real Madrid. What do you think? The first leg, yeah, I think they can do that. That's at the Emirates. Second leg at the Bernabeu. Well, for me, they want to be bringing a 2-goal lead over there if they want to have any chance to realistically get through. But it's possible. Barry, how are you, you beautiful man? Lovely to see you in, Baza. Let me get this one up. Very, man. Again, don't know what I do to deserve that. That's so kind. Hope you and the family are good. I'm not great, mate, as I was explaining during the week about the buying of the house situation. Fucking still has me angry today. Hi to all the hard-working mods. Not like me, the shirker. Hi to the community. Bit worried about our right side today with the threats, but would worry with Kwanzaa too. Jota the Slaughter to go on a streak now. Well, I hope that's the case, Barry. And again, thank you, man, for gifting 50 memberships there, as well as your incredibly generous super chat, man. Thank you. So somebody actually emailed me last night offering to set up the GoFundMe and all. Look, it's a beautiful offer, but it's not one that I could ever accept. So thank you for looking out for me in that regard. But, you know, it's a me problem, not a you problem. Becoming Human, thank you, mate, for becoming a member as well. Appreciate you. And look, Barry, again, man, I want to say thank you an extra time as well for that incredibly generous super chat and, of course, the memberships you've gifted. Absolutely unbelievable, fella. Right, we are 4 minutes away from kickoff. Just a quick reminder as well on a couple of things. It being a match day, we are being brought to you by our incredible sponsors, Manscaped. Why not check out the Chairman Pro Package face shaving kit, including everything you can see on the screen there now, including the lovely little carry case as well. Get yourself 20% off and free shipping. That is 20% off and free shipping for this or anything else at manscaped.com by using our code Anfield20 at checkout or by scanning the QR code in the bottom right hand corner. And finally, if you'd like to come and see us at one of our 2 end of season shows at the Hot Water Comedy Club in Liverpool, we will be there for the last game of the season on May 25th, and we will also be there on May 28th for the Anfield Agenda reunion show with myself, Connor, Chris, Steve and Jack for one night only together, including a live interview of me from Chris. You can get your tickets with that QR code or the link in the description. Silky, as a Frenchman, I hope that we don't buy Ekitike. Known him since he played for Rome before joining Paris Saint-Germain. Very overhyped player and too expensive for his quality. Would love Julian Alvarez or Isak. That really helps, mate. I really appreciate your feedback on that as a Frenchman. I don't know enough about Hugo. I've been saying that for a while. Completely agree with you on the other 2 options though. Isak and Alvarez would certainly be my top 2 as well. I just don't think either of, unfortunately, are achievable. Mike, how are you, my man? Appreciate you, Mike. Anfield Agenda Ultra member for 20 months. Oh, and the Reds! This is your pre-day match day experience. Go march it in! Love that, Mike. There's Brian in. We see Brian sees your Barry and he raises you 50 gifted memberships. There we go. Thank you, Brian, as well. Wow. Right, I got to run through this really quickly. Both starting 11. Starting off with the home side. It's Leno, Castagna, Anderson, Bassi and Robinson. Then Berg and Lukic in midfield. Iwobi, Pereira, Sessegnon and Rodrigo Muniz up top. For Liverpool, Kelleher in goal. Jones at right back, Robbo at left back, Van Dijk and Konate your centre backs, of course Virgil your captain. Midfield of Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, McAllister. Up top, Mohamed Salah on the right hand side. It is Cody Gakpo on the left hand side today and Diogo Jota through the centre. And again, thank you, Brian, for those 50 gifted memberships as well. And Barry beforehand, thank you. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I always feel like I should spend more time thanking those guys for such incredible generous gifts of 50 memberships and super chats and stuff, but yeah, no thank yous feel enough, so thank you guys again. Right, we are close to getting underway in what is another massive game. A win today would leave us just needing 8 more points to clinch the Premier League title. But also, if we win today, it increases the gap on Arsenal to 14 points. Right, the boys are in the pre-match huddle. Anita said I can join in the chat now. Well, welcome in, Anita, and thank you for your kind words as well. And I hope you enjoy being in the chat. Barry said, back at you, Brian. Hope you're good. Love it. Two absolute legends. Right, we're about to get underway. Fulham playing from left to right in the first half. Obviously, they're in their home strip of all white. Liverpool in the red. And we're underway, ladies and gents. We're underway. So Fulham do the decent thing and launch the ball, but long right-hand side, where Virgil once again wins that first aerial challenge and puts it out for a throw-in to Fulham. Do you know what I was always thinking about? So you see the likes of Barry Super Chat there and Brian Super Chats and stuff like that. I wish we could set up a system where that went outside of YouTube and Apple and YouTube don't take 60% of it. Because I always feel bad for you guys when you're sending that money. I know others have ways of doing it, but I'm not intelligent enough to figure it out. Right, we will sync up at 1 minute for everyone. It's on Sky Sports main event and Sky Sports Premier League, I believe, Colin. Right, folks, we're coming up now towards the 1 minute mark. Right, we are now at 1 minute. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So Fulham tried to switch there to Anthony Robinson, who's out there against Jones. A little bit overhit and it goes out for Liverpool throw-in. Barry said, I never knew that. So for yours, Barry, as it doesn't end in 99, I know you're not using an Apple device. So in that case, it's about 35% of the super chats. For, let's say, somebody who sends one that ends in 99, it's about 60 odd percent, because Apple take the cut and then Google take the cut. But yeah, I wish there was a way we could set it up where anyone who sends donations, we actually see it all so we can invest it. But that's the way it is on YouTube. It's not just an us problem, that's a standard problem across the board. Right, 2 minutes in. Queefing Kelleher goes long with a clearance, and Fulham player, I think Landon, crashes into his own player. I love this time of the season when the weather starts turning and football grounds start looking brighter and sunnier again. Although I hate this camera angle. Is it just me or does this camera angle seem a little bit high? Colin says 30-60%, that's criminal. So the 30-35% I don't mind. That's, Google deserve a cut. It's the Apple one that stings the most, because they take a cut of YouTuber stuff just because. They don't actually serve a fucking purpose for us. Whereas at least with Google you're getting the platform, right? So you can understand their cut. But yeah, Apple just for processing a payment take 30 odd percent. It's disgusting. Fulham trying to play around. Liverpool closed down with McAllister. Referee said that there was a handball, I think, in there. Free kick Fulham. Logan said, hey Craig, anybody we should be keeping an eye on from Fulham for the summer? Not that I can think of. I mean, look, some people say Anthony Robinson to you, but I think he's too old for us. I think the camera is due to the stadium. Yeah, it probably is, but the camera is, I believe, where the shiny new stand is in Fulham Stadium. So you think if they're building that stand up, they would have a better camera angle, because I don't like watching it this way. Anywho, press comes on from Liverpool. Bassi slips inside. Fulham have it now centre of the park. Sander Berg goes out left side to Anthony Robinson. He runs straight into Curtis Jones and looks for a free kick, and referee says nothing doing, get up. Oh my God. Fulham have a couple of players down and the ball goes behind. Canade, I think it was, nearly gifted them a goal. And Fulham are wanting a penalty. But Canade made an absolute mess of that. Was it Canade? Yeah, it was Canade. He takes a heavy touch and then allows Pereira to close him down. It's just shocking. Let's have a look. That's just shocking. What was Canade thinking there? Just put the ball out. Just put it out. I don't understand what he's doing. And then Virgil gets clattered into by... I can't be doing that, Ibu. Cannot be doing that, fella. This is what pisses me off about our defenders at times. They almost try to be too cute. Just boot it. If you're in a position where you're in trouble, just boot it. Put it out. Clear it. Logan, all is good, my man. All is good, thank you. Anyway, we're back on the way, so there's no penalties or anything to worry about, but yeah, shocking. And look, we've been dispossessed again here. Soboslai this time pushed off the ball and out fought by Fulham, and the ref plays on. We need to wake up here. Gravenberch, Soboslai, lovely ball through midfield to Cody Gakpo. Jota runs ahead of him. Goes out to Mohamed Salah. Salah down the line to Jones. Jones fires in a low cross. It's cleared by the Fulham keeper and then put out for a Liverpool throw-in. Good counter-attack. Very good counter-attack. Great turn into midfield there from Dominic Szoboszlai to feed the ball through to Cody Gakpo. And then there's a runner. Jota goes this way. Salah goes that way. Plays it to Salah. Salah then plays it on the overlap to Jones. And eventually Fulham clear their lines. But a good bit of counter-attack in play from the Reds. This annoys me. What we've just done here annoys me. We had a throw-in 5 yards from the corner flag. And within 5 seconds, we're halfway inside our own half. Going backwards. That's not right. We can't be turning offensive positions into defensive positions and then trying to set up a play again. You've done the hard work of getting deep in their half. Free kick to Liverpool here anyway. Referee Chris Kavanagh having a word with Andreas Pereira. Virgil. Ball in behind looking for Salah. Anthony Robinson clears it though. Second ball falls. Curtis Jones. Slips it into Gravenberch to Salah. Linesman keeps the flag down and then puts it up. Why did the linesman keep the flag down there? Like, if he knew he was going to put the flag up for offside a second later, then why did he bother putting it down when Salah got played the ball? Does that, like, if you're going to allow play to go on, you allow it to go on. But if you know it's going to be offside, then what the fuck are you doing? Put the flag up. So is this Sky trying to give Fulham a penalty here with their 15 replays of the same thing? I can't hear the commentary, but I can almost guarantee you that's Sky trying to say that Pereira should have had a penalty there for Kelleher coming out. Am I right? Sander Berg now through midfield. Fulham again move it out wide right. Sessegnon. Maka gets in, wins it back, but Fulham now have it once again. They just look sharper than us at the minute, Fulham. Come on, boys. They've worked it out to Anthony Robinson again. Left side. Ball into the channel. It's out with Bassi now. Or Wobie, sorry. He clears it. And Canade once again. Fuck me. Does Canade see the same football I see? Because once again he slices a clearance. I'm not wrong, right? Another clearance there that Canade could have made look very, very much more simple and slices it behind and gives Fulham a corner. Corner played in. Robertson clears at the near post to Salah, who tries to play Cody Gakpo but gives it straight back to Fulham. Ibu looking like he's having one of those shaky days so far. Fulham again in possession, move the ball out right hand side. Castagna. Robinson. Carl said he's gone 3-1 to the Reds. Canade looks dodgy, said Hazard's keeper diaries. Liverpool lad said Ibu man. Fulham look more energetic, said Nessie. Oi, oi, oi. Come on, the Reds. Right, 10 minutes nearly on the clock. Still scoreless at Craven Cottage, but Ibrahim Canade had gifted Fulham an opportunity early doors, but thankfully for us, they didn't manage to capitalise on. Gakpo now. Well done, Cody. Lovely football, Cody. To Robbo. Robbo's cross is blocked yet again, and it's a Liverpool corner. Right, Liverpool corner. Need a good delivery, and hopefully Virgil and Ibu can use their size and physicality here, and we can get something from this. But I don't even know where Robbo was playing that, by the way, because Salah was covered at the back post, so it looked like another hit and hope cross. Right, boys, come on. We need to start making the size of Virgil and Canade count on set pieces. McAllister gives the signal. In comes the cross. Leno comes and gets a hand on it. Second ball's back with Soboslai. Canade's down though. Boyle goes out and it'll be a Liverpool throw in near side with Canade now getting back to his feet. Was it Leno that bumped into Canade there? I'm not quite sure. Let's have a look. Yeah, goalkeeper colliding with Canade. Ibu's back up though and he's alright, but Leno comes in. Look, Leno wins the ball, so there's nothing wrong with me with what Leno does there, but he does connect with Virgil. Or excuse me, Ibu. My apologies. Will, lovely to see you in, Will. Appreciate you, sir. Will Coleman. Right, throw into Liverpool. About 5 yards inside the Fulham half, left side of the pitch. Again with this horrible high up camera angle. Somebody show for Robbo. Side foot ball into midfield. Jota loses out. Ibu heads it back, but again, straight to a Fulham player. Minity TYTV, or Minity TV, excuse me. Said, I feel like we haven't scored from a corner in ages. Like we have VVD in the box. I know, mate. It feels to me way too long since we've had much joy from a set piece. Canade and Virgil should be a lot more productive in that regard. I agree. Right, it's back with Leno. Rolls it across to Anderson. Ooh, he's closed down. We nearly had an interception and a shot on goal there, but Fulham get away with it. Anthony Robinson now. He plays the ball forward. Second ball is eventually won. Strike. Oh, what a goal! Alexis McAllister. Wow! Take a bow, son. Take a bow. Alexis McAllister with an absolute missile of a shot. Sails past the keeper. It is Liverpool 1, Fulham 0. What a strike. Alexis McAllister, take a bow. So the ball's played up and Liverpool win the battle in midfield. McAllister then comes in, nips the ball, runs past a few players, and then unleashes a vicious strike from about 25 yards out. And it just flies into the corner, past Leno, and it's Liverpool 1, Fulham 0. Alexis McAllister with the goal. Take a bow, son. What a strike. Look at that. There's even barely any rotation on the ball. He hits it that clean. What a strike. Maka, take a bow, son. Take a bow. Nice. That'll do. That's why I say that lad should be a future captain. I love Maka. What a strike. Mary said, you said last night Maka and VVD to score. There you go. You think I might have stuck a few quid on Maka to score then, wouldn't you? And do you know what the really annoying thing is? I had him at 40-1 last week to score from outside the box, and I didn't back it again this week. But either way, what a strike from Maka. So when Liverpool have scored first, we have 43 wins from 48 games, 5 draws and no losses when we've scored first. If you haven't seen that Alexis McAllister goal yet, enjoy it on Match of the Day 2 tonight. It was a brilliant strike. A week late, Craig go, oh, Barry, I know, man. I know. But look, I'll take it a week is better late than ever, right? What a start. What a start. Hopefully that settles us down. Gravenberch now starts dancing through midfield. And Maka made that all. Picks it up inside the centre circle or on the edge of the centre circle and then just runs at the Fulham defence and unleashes that strike. Fantastic. Craig, I just had a thought. Do you think Trent is doing what Coutinho did, having those fake injuries to get a move? So, No. I agree about the Coutinho thing, but no, I don't think. I think Trent genuinely does have that hamstring injury, but again, still doesn't excuse the fact that he needs to come out and say what he's doing. So Carragher's comment on Sky: has the VAR missed something with Kelleher and Pereira? Well, look, I don't think they missed it. You would have seen the incident, but TOTT2KZ1 said, and now you're gonna believe us. Now you're gonna believe us. HMS Pistol League is sailing along right and nicely, sir. It's 1-0 as well to Spurs in their game. Brennan Johnson with their goal to put them 1-0 up against, I think, Southampton, if my memory's right. Craig, the lad actually screamed, "Go on, Macca." So did I. Get in there. Love it. Love it. Right, ball in midfield. Jota challenges for it. Castagna has it though for Fulham. Anderson. Cross to Calvin Bassey. To Iwobi. Fulham working it into that left channel. Slightly overhit though. Looking for Anthony Robinson. It goes out for a Liverpool throw-in. Travelling cop singing we're going to win the league. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Come on, boys. It's getting close. This league title, lads, it's getting close. I love that statistic, though. 48 games where we've scored first. 43 wins, 5 draws, no losses. So, at least statistically, we're on for at least a point. Just got in. Could you please describe the goal? Absolutely no problem. So, there was a ball cleared by Fulham into midfield, right in the halfway line. Canade was battling with, I think, Rodrigo Muniz. That battle then sees the ball ricochet. There's 2 or 3 Fulham players around the centre circle. McAllister nips in ahead of them, wins the ball, gets away from a couple of challenges, keeps driving towards the Fulham penalty area, and then hits a shot from about 25 yards, just right hand side of the D, into our left hand side corner. It's just a great strike, and Leno couldn't get near it. So yeah, great strike, great goal, and hopefully a decent description of it for you as well. Dave said, "It's coming home. Love you, lad." Much love right back to you, Dave, my Australian brother. And yes, it is. League title number 20 is coming home. Look at him again, Macca. He's so good. I say that as he plays a terrible pass, but he's so good. Look at that again. Jota this time closing down now. Salah has a chance. Right hand side to have a run. Cuts inside. Ball played in. Ooh, unlucky. So he plays it in. The man in the middle is offside, so can't touch it. But just then on the far side, Cody Gakpo comes with a late run. And it's 2 yards maybe too far ahead of him. But you could see what Mo was trying to do. Come on, boys. Come on. Let's go. Fatigue should not be an issue for us now, between now and the end of the season. Plenty of time to recover from games. Look at that. Macca, Gravenberch, it's just sexy football. It's just sexy stuff. L7 Zekro said, "I'd love to see what Slot does on a rebuild." Well, I guess we're going to find out, sir, this summer. Appreciate your support of us, mate. 10 months as a member as well. Thank you. Gakpo goes to ground edge of the box, but keeps possession of the football. Macca now tries to dink over the top, looking for Jones, who's making a late burst into the box, but it's too close to Brent Leno. Iwobi now for Fulham, left hand side. Liverpool have 2 players out there. Iwobi cuts back. Plays it back to Anthony Robinson. He goes across to Anderson. Out wide right to Castagna, about halfway inside the Liverpool half. Little 1-2 with Sander Berg. Back to Anderson. Across to Calvin Bassey. Liverpool press forces Fulham backwards. Look at that for Liverpool. 1 shot, 1 on target, 1 goal. We'll take that for efficiency. Steve Aldis, he said, we're 70s Brazil. Love it. FP, how are you, bro? Welcome in. Lovely to have you. Arne slot, la 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 la. Arne slot, la 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 la. Life is life, da 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 da. We need to build on this, grab the second though, but look, it's a good start. It is a very good start. Berg now, on the run. Do you remember the amount of times we were linked with Sander Berg? Cross in, goes over everyone's head, and it's 1-1. And I'm blaming Canade on that once again. It's 1-1. Ryan Sessegnon scores, and Canade, once again, found wanting, and it's just not good enough. It's not good enough, lads. Canade loses his battle and Fulham score on the rebound. It's played out into the right channel. Look at Canade's body position. It's all wrong. Loses the flight of the ball. It goes over his head, hits Jones and comes in. And Canade's position is all over the shop. Jesus Christ. Canade's his body position, his body shape, it's all over the shop. Great finish from Sessegnon. But the absolute state of that from Canate. Wrap up the title before the Arsenal game, said Omi. And Owen Cobb, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC. Canate just hasn't woken up today. He's looked dodgy since the start of the game. And once again now, just completely out of position. And Arne Slot won't be happy about that. It's a great finish from Sessegnon when the chance fell to him. But again, I'm just going to say it over and over again. What the hell has Canade been doing? Right, so we're back to 1-1. Anthony Robinson now cross in. Robbo heads it away. Soboslai looking for Salah, but again, they're not on the same wavelength. Well done, Kelleher. Comes out and gets a strong fist. Someone saying about Jones. Look, Jones wasn't expecting that ball to come over Ibu's head to him. If you look, watch the replay, and as soon as the ball's played from Sander Berg, just keep your eye on Canade, and you'll see he's twisting his body around the whole time to try and get the right side. And his positioning was all over the place, and he couldn't keep track of his man, and he made a mess of it. But again, it was a very good finish as well from Sessegnon, but not good enough for us. Jota looking for Salah, intercepted by the Fulham defenders. It's now back with Leno. So according to Lewis Steele, some Liverpool fans have gotten in the home end and been booted out. Thank you for that one, Mark. Gakpo now. Cuts inside. Tries another cross. Fucking we love our crosses, don't we? Soboslai, strike blocked. If there's any metric to measure the amount of blocked crosses and shots in the Prem, we must be top of it. The amount of air crosses that get blocked off a fullback. Gakpo now again this time. Goes round the outside. Cuts back into his right foot. Back to his left foot. And then gives the ball away. He beat his own man twice. And then still tries to turn him back again. Robbo. Maka steps in. Fulham have it now though. With Bassey out to Anthony Robinson. Into the left channel looking for Iwobi. Kanade comes across. Misses his block again. This has the feeling of a game where Arneslot's going to whip off Kanade at half time. Because he's losing so many battles and duels out there. Not getting blocks in on crosses when he's filling in at right back. Jota's foul this time by Calvin Bassey, so it's a free kick to Liverpool. Who can come on though? Kwanzaa, I guess. Kelleher. Oh Jesus, lads, stop this. Kelleher just about gets away with it. Maka spreads it across, left side. Fulham on the break again with Anthony Robinson. Slips in looking for Sessegnon, I believe it is. Yep, and it's well defended though, and through to Kelleher. Gravenberch to Maka. Maka out left side to Robbo. Virgil. Again, out right side. Kanade. Salah. Schmunga said, sorry I'm late, who scored? For us, Alexis McAllister. For Fulham, Ryan Sessegnon. VVD now in possession. To Robbo. Gravenberch does well, protects the ball. Now it's about using it right. Spreads it out to Salah, but it's about 15 yards behind him. Virgil. Robbo. Soboslai, he goes to the ground cheaply, and I agree with Chris Kavanagh not giving a free kick there. And Virgil gets back, plays to Kelleher and turns around and barks instructions forward. One-way football said Liverpool's title still, but goes to show how bad everyone else in this league has been. Wouldn't you agree? Look, there's no denying Arsenal and City haven't done what they're capable of. But if you look at the points tally, we're still on for a really, really, really impressive points tally. So it's not really our problem if others haven't been at their best. I mean, you could argue seasons where other people have won leagues, we haven't been at our best, and others we have, and it's been a tough battle. But for me, man, honestly, I don't really mind if it's other people not being great or not. A league's a league, and it's not up to us to set the standard for everybody else. I guarantee you, if Arsenal were sitting here in our position, there wouldn't be any talk in the media about anything other than how great Arsenal are. But again, people keep trying to downplay this league title for Liverpool. saying, oh, only the league or whatever. It's in a remarkable achievement for Slot in his first year. Right, another corner to Fulham. In swinger this time. Virgil comes and heads it away. Mohammed said, it's not our fault other teams didn't turn up this season. Exactly, bro. Ooh, strike from distance from Fulham. Drags wide, thankfully. Yep, it's not up to us to set other people's standards, but again, just look at our points tally at the end of the season. That's what's going to back up what I'm saying. Virgil to Robbo. Jesus. What's he doing? He switches it across and gives it straight to Iwobi. Still Fulham in possession now. Iwobi, 2-1 Fulham. 2-1 Fulham, and that's on Andy Robertson. For the love of God! And lads, this is... What the fuck? Robbo squares it back across his own goal. Like you're taught not to do as a child. And Fulham score from it. Both the goals gifted to Fulham by our defenders having brain farts. Look at this. Virgil goes out left to Robbo. Could have gone up the line twice, but no. Goes back across his own goal, gives it to Iwobi. Kanade gets a block in. The second ball comes back to Iwobi. And it takes a deflection off Robbo as well. Robbo shit the bed twice in one move there. His block takes it past Kelleher and he initially gives the ball to Fulham. There's no excuse in that. None. There's no excuse in that. There's no anything other than criticism because that was the height of stupidity from Andy Robertson. You go from 1-0 up to 2-1 down from two defensive mistakes. Fuck me. I'm actually astonished. Like, it's one of the basic rules of football. Don't play the ball back across your own goal. Fuck's sake. Jota now. Oh, Fulham just about clear it. Salah gets there now. Soboslai back to Salah. McAllister. Gakpo. 1-2. Back to Gakpo. Ball across the front of goal and Fulham clear it in their 6-yard box. Well, there's no denying Arne Slot is going to be annoyed about this first half. Oh, look, this giving it away again. Defensively, we've been fast asleep today and it's not good enough. Concede 2 in about 10 minutes from both defensive mistakes is frustrating to say the least. Ten minutes to go in the first half. It's Fulham 2, Liverpool 1. Iwobi now again down our right hand side, cuts inside, goes past Jones and forced Kelleher into a save. Nobody out there helping Jones again. Iwobi cuts back in, gets about 5 yards on Jones with a drop of his shoulder, gets a free shot away and Kelleher has to make a save and touch it behind for a corner. Andreas Pereira now coming across to take the corner for Fulham on the near side. And yes, for everybody in the chat about Salah, he hasn't showed up yet today. Again, I agree, but Fulham corners cleared away. Second ball, again we lose that, and now it's 3-1 Fulham. 3-1 fucking Fulham, lads. We're a disgrace. We are a disgrace defensively. 3-1 Fulham. We are a fucking disgrace defensively. Another battle lost and another goal. What's the state of this? It's cleared. Now watch us lose the second ball again. So Virgil loses his battle, and then it's through Kelleher's legs and 3-1. Oh, it's just so fucking weak. Just so weak. Like, Virgil, use your physicality. Use your strength. What's all this training, jumping and shouldering each other if when it comes to match day you're piss poor and weak? And we need scores. It's such bullshit defending. Exactly. Virgil too busy crying to the ref. Exactly. How about using that physicality and that strength that you have and winning your battles? Awful. Awful defensive performance again. One-way football. In the back underway, goal stands 3-1 Fulham. Said just when I say the rest of the league's been bad, that's on me. Yeah, it's on our defence, mate, unfortunately. Carmen said, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC. Our defenders have cost us 3 goals today. It really annoys me when people lose their battles like that. Virgil is a bigger man and is more concerned, as you said, about bitching to the ref than doing his damn job and standing up strong. Absolute nonsense. Suleiman said, I don't think I can carry on watching this game. Don't blame you, mate. Robbie Collins said, defending has been shambolic. Happy 5 months. So thank you for being with us, Robbie. But yes, defensively, it's been embarrassing. Those defenders should be ashamed of themselves. Ashamed of themselves for the way they've played today. 2 centre-backs looking like they've forgotten how to play football. Sam said no criticism for Salah, he's invisible. He is, but Salah hasn't cost us 3 goals, mate. So yeah, not putting the ball in the net, fair enough on Salah. But we've scored one, and there are 3 goals. Every single one of them were down to our defenders being piss poor. Every one of them. Whether it's Robbo doing basic bitch football, mistakes and not passing across his own goal, whether it's Virgil losing his physical battles, or Canade losing his absolute marbles and sense of where he is on the pitch. None of that has anything to do with Salah not showing up, mate. We've put the ball in the net once today and conceded 3, and every one of those goals, you wouldn't be happy in teenage football watching it happen. JM Beer 434 said, as a United fan, delusional, I think we'll win. Don't know how to predict that game later on, mate. Craig, this is the worst team to win a title. Said it to me, old fella. No negativity towards it. Just saying what I see. I'm just getting fed up of these lads talking the talk and not backing it up. Like, there's no excuses for this shit. None. Will said, we've done what we have to do to win the league, but going into next season, there's certain problems that we've had all season need addressing by FSG. Totally agree, Will. So, look, it's a weird one, isn't it, Will? Because you're right. We win the league, great, we deserve to win the league. But we're not sitting here and not acknowledging we have some issues, because we do. And yeah, look, Salah hasn't been great, no denying that. Kanade, if he doesn't get taken off at halftime, there's just no accountability. Robertson, I can't. I just can't. I don't even know what to say. How do you play the ball back across your own goal like that and not see the Fulham player? One, you shouldn't be doing it, but two, what the fuck? And then Virgil, more important for him to cry arse to the referee than stand there and do his damn job. Mohammed said, I'd like to know where's the team from the first half of the season. What annoys me, Mohammed, my friend, is the way we're building our attacks in particular, and the aimless crossing that we do game after game and game after game. Like, again, I'll summarise my frustration with a throw-in that we had near their corner flag, and within 3 seconds, we were halfway inside our own half. So rather than trying to attack the position, we throw it all the way back to our centre-backs and play in front of Fulham and make it even more difficult to try and break them down. Offside there against Fulham. Silky said, this worrying thing is that we don't even produce clear-cut chances offensively since a few games. Totally different football from the beginning of our season. There's no intensity to our play. None. It's all too negative. It's all too passive. And it's all in front of the opposition. And even at that, look at this. We're making a bollocks of it again, and Virgil nearly gets his pocket pinch and has his clearance blocked. It's arrogance is the word I'm going to use. Arrogant football. Like, we don't have to work to win games. Of course you do. Winning your battles is job number one out on the pitch. Let your quality tell after that. And Klopp best do something at half time here. Bassi, or Iwobi, sorry, another strike straight at Kelleher. Klopp best do something here. Slot, sorry, Jesus Christ. Slot, best do something at half time. He better. He can't allow this to happen. He can't allow them to walk out for the second half thinking that they can get away with that. Red said awful performance, 1 out of 10 for all players. Jason, 1 second, my friend. Jason Burton said, Salah falling off a cliff like every season at this stage. Robertson terrible. 2 centre halves look rattled. Curtis is nowhere near comfortable. The least enjoyable title winning season ever. I mean, Jason, I can't really debate a lot of those points, mate. You know, are we grateful for a league title? Yes. But has it been an enjoyable season? No. Not for very many reasons, namely FSG giving us all panic attacks over the future of players. Players, as you said, falling off a cliff. Look, I'm not so surprised about the Salah thing, because as you said, it is kind of a happens this time of the season situation. But defensively, I am absolutely fucking apoplectic at the 2 centre-backs and Robbo for the stupidity of that defending. Andrew Rogers said he's picking the same 13 players all season. The players are worn out and they've been on internationals. They've worn out. Look, the international stuff, fair enough, but they had a full week after being back from international to prepare for Everton. And we won that game, and now we've shown up here yet again, and are underperforming massively. And look, on the 13 players thing, I get it. But you or I can't change that. He has options on the bench. If he doesn't look to that bench at half time and think, Elliot, Chiesa, Kwanzaa, I give up, then he's just being fucking stubborn. And we deserve to criticise it. Because he has the opportunity to make a statement here. A half time in that dressing room. And pull off the players who are having an absolute mare. And saying it's not acceptable to play like that at this football club. So it's up to the manager now to stand firm. Schmunga said, I'm loving Slot, but he's letting the play and title be damaged by his distrust in certain players that have performed well off the bench. In Gear Driving School, Paul said, I said it before, I think we'll really bottle this league. We won't, mate. We won't. But it looks like today's points are gone and it's an 11-point lead, but which is still a very, 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 very healthy lead with 7 games to go. But we're just all over the shop. Even here again now, we're gifting Fulham chances. They look so much more energetic than us and so much more up for the fight than us. And you know what? I'm not having the fatigue argument because there's players there that should be given more minutes to prove themselves. So if Arne Slot doesn't want to play them, then we need to start calling out Arne for that. Simple as. Because there are players on that bench who at the very least will come on and put in more effort in this game. Mohammed said, this is how we play. We don't have Champions League to worry about. It's probably a good thing that we got knocked out. Well, I wouldn't agree it's ever a good thing to get knocked out, mate, but this is where I'll deal with this better at half time, and we're nearly there, so bear with me. I'll come back to your comment at half time, Mohammed. Minty TV said, literally the perfect game for someone like Chiesa. Agree, sir. Jay said, when do you think Klopp will be at Liverpool? For the parade, I think, mate. Slot is useless. He's got no alternatives. I mean, I think that's harsh. But certainly, he's not above criticism. And I think that criticism today is valid. Rabadan said, if we could stop passing the ball to Iwobi, that would be nice. Yeah, good show. Right, it's half time and there goes the whistle. So I'm going to get back to my point from Mohammed Super Chat. Let me just stop this clock. So where's Mohammed Super Chat? So this Super Chat I wanted to come back to. I get the feeling that all is not right in the dressing room. And the reason I'm saying that isn't just solely because of today. I think the dressing room isn't happy because there's too much uncertainty at the club. And this is why people like me get so wound up at journalists, pundits and other fans who say things like everything's great, the club are optimistic and everyone's happy. Bullshit, nonsense. Trent still hasn't said he's going. Virgil Abloh's contracts haven't been sorted out. And nobody knows what direction the club's going in. And that uncertainty, whether you are professional or not, leads to frustration. And I guarantee you that there's something in that dressing room that's not right. Whether it's players feeling that they're being shunned by Arne Slot, like Elliot and Chiesa. Whether it's players like Mo and Virgil not knowing what their futures are. Whether it's players like Kelleher being annoyed that he's being shoved out the door for a goalkeeper that's been untested. All of it leads to these situations where, like I keep saying, everybody trying to tell us everything's right and great is full of it. You can have two things be right at once. You can win the league, deserve to win the league, but still acknowledge that all is not right at this club and that these owners are overseeing it. And look, the players shouldn't escape criticism today. Virgil hasn't been anywhere near good enough. Canade's been all over the shop. And Robertson, I don't know what he's been doing. And I don't understand that cross-field ball. But after that, it comes down to the club. And the running of the club behind the scenes. and the uncertainty. And nobody's ever going to convince me that that uncertainty is a good thing. Nobody. The fucking skyboxes. Right. Bumbadog said, what is crazy is that we do not have the... Why is my skybox not working? Sorry, lads, one sec. Fucking skyboxes. Skybox has just turned itself off for no fucking reason. Bear with me. Jesus Christ, Sky, you're a pain in the arse. I have to reboot the skybox and hope it works. Sorry. Bumbadog said, what's crazy is that we do have the number of sub allowances for what we need. Bradley on, Case on, Chimicus and Endo to shore up if we get 1 or 2 subs. Only at this half it's going to be a question. Look, the subs are there. Whether the manager has the balls to hold these players to account and use them or not, we'll have to wait and see. But I agree with you. There are options on the bench. 3-1 down. You're too harsh, Craig. Excellent all season. I don't understand how I'm too harsh. And we haven't been excellent all season, Alan. Let's be realistic about it. We'll win the league and we deserve to win the league. But if you are in any way happy at that performance, Alan, I don't know what to say, mate. And this isn't about the teams being crap all year. Nobody's saying they've been crap all year. But they've been crap today. And that's what we're seeing. And today is the day we're dealing with. So you're free for your opinions and I respect them. But we've been shit. And that can't not go... that can't go unacknowledged, you know. And I don't think I'm being too harsh. I reckon if I run a poll right now and say, am I being too harsh on these players? 90% of people say no. Because that's awful. Awful performance. And yes, we are 3-1 down. After going 1-0 up, mate. And we gifted them all 3 goals. Will said, if these same 11 come out for the second half, defeat is on Arne. Mohammed said, is this the same team that swatted away AC Milan, Leverkusen, Real Madrid, etc.? I can't believe it. It certainly doesn't feel like we've got the same energy and swagger about us. Rocco Martinez, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC. ESG Soccer said, VVD's concussed. Miss Ali bad, Canade poor. Both the centre-backs have been nowhere near good enough. Don't know what's gone on with Virgil, but again, more concerned in arguing with the referee than doing his job and winning his personal battles. Keller hasn't been great on some of the goals as well, I will say that. King Derwizzy said, what am I watching? Hook them all. And Liz said, I haven't thrown anything at my 75-inch TV. I'm so proud of myself. Well done, you. My skybox still isn't fucking working. Jesus. One sec. Fuck off. Can you run up to our room and check the main skybox? Because it's not working for me. I agree with you. Next season we are in trouble, said HFMCE. Fuck's sake. Of course she's not in the house. Of course she's not in the fucking house. Can't watch the game if the fucking Sky isn't working. One second, folks. Barry said, ridiculous defending. Mo absent again. Had a brilliant season, but he's looking shit last few games. Like the player a lot of us thought was washed at the end of the season. He isn't just the same player on the run in. Get some fresh legs. Right, one sec. Nessie said, need to be 2 steps closer, not 1 step backwards. Silky said, this summer will be massive for Liverpool Football Club. We got to get it right. Way too many sensitive positions to reinforce. I'm going to have to watch this game on my phone. Fuck's sake. Bear with me. I'm just trying to get the game on my phone so I can actually watch it. Because Sky shit the bed. There we go. Right, I've got it on my phone. As this summer will be massive for us for Liverpool. We need to get it right. Too many sensitive positions. The real Johnny Sin said VBD been looking dodgy lately. Alan Casey said, run the harsh poll, please. Yeah, no problem. 1 second, mate. Right, there you go, Alan. Poll ran. And when you're wrong, I'll accept an apology. Bumbadog. Where's your comment gone, my man? Sorry, man, I'm trying to play catch up. Bumbadog said, I've been a staunch defender of FSG. This is on them. You're 100% correct. This is a dressing room issue. You can feel the squad leaving signings unresolved. FSG has pissed this. Rocco said late 1920 season all over again. Right, what else we got? Sorry, I want to get through some more commentary again. Jamie Reardon. Actually can't wait for the second half. Where's Jamie's comment? Sorry, I'm playing catch up here. You can see the difference in the chat. Good call, Craig. Thank you, Jamie. Mystic Visual said, put case on, need some hunger. Whitehammer, welcome back to Anfield Agenda FC. Not harsh, just frustrated like we all are, said Carmen. Hookshot and move Gakpo central, bring on Diaz, bring Case on, can't be any worse than what Salah is doing. Carmen again, not harsh, just frustrated. Right, so Alan, we've had nearly 2,000 votes, and the question of, am I being too harsh on players? You've taken a massive L, and I'll accept your apology whenever you're ready, Alan. I did what you asked, I did your poll, and you're wrong. So 85% of the almost 2,000 people in our poll said, I'm not being too harsh on the players. Maybe you're just being too nice, Alan, because that performance deserves all the criticism it gets, because it's horrendous. The fact we've only had 2 shots is terrible, said Patrick. I just got home, what's happening, said Spencer. We've fallen apart. We went 1-0 up, playing really good football. For the goal, I mean, sorry. And then our heads went. And in the space of 20 minutes, we made defensive mistake after defensive mistake. Centre-backs have been in shambles. Robertson doing things that if a child did, you wouldn't accept. And apparently we're not allowed to criticise that, according to some people. Well, I'm going to criticise it all day, every day, because it's pathetic. Alan Jenkins, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC. JD, how are you, my man? And thank you for your super chat. Bring in the subs now, said Abdul. Is this fatigue? Of course we can criticise this, said Spencer Price. Exactly, mate. It's not good enough. And I don't know where these happy clappers watch their football, but if I was playing in that team, I'd be in that dressing room now screaming at the defenders. Ask them what the hell is going on. Salah's been anonymous yet again. Jota looks like, again, he's back to being invisible. Gakpo has been frustrating on the left. Midfield have been okay, but it's again coming back to losing too many battles out there. Done that one already, thank you. Turquoise, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC. Jamie Reardon, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC. Alan said, I concede, 86% against. I apologise, sorry. Oh, good. Look, Alan, we're all entitled to our opinions. And I'm absolutely somebody that doesn't hold back. But I try to be fair, my man. If I see something I don't like, I talk about it and I call it out. And if I see stuff that's good enough, I try to praise it. But there is no defending that performance, Alan, in the first half. We've had so long this season to prepare. And every time we look like we're going backwards as the season goes on. So we certainly don't look like we're getting better. We look like we're regressing as the season goes on. Nick said, isn't this how Ten Hag started the league? Strong then waned off. Just saying, your channel, don't block me. No, this isn't how Ten Hag started the league, mate, because we're going to win the league. And Ten Hag, well, you know, ain't going to win anything in Premier League level. But look, I'm not happy with Slot today. I'm not. And to say otherwise, I'd be a liar. But I can take things one game at a time and criticise for one game and one set of decisions. This just performance hasn't been good enough all around. Matthew said, just open the halftime post on Instagram and top comment is sell Curtis Jones. The only player in the backline not squarely at fault for a goal. Look, I don't know where to go with that one either, mate, because he deserves praise for the way he played midweek. But today, my frustrations lie at the two centre-backs and Robertson more so than Curtis Jones. But again, sometimes he's just the... he's the one that comes in for criticism, isn't he? But look, ultimately, it's just not been good enough. There's no getting away from that fact. Alan Jenkins, thank you, bro. Good thing we're out of the Champions League. Get embarrassed by Villa, said HFMCE. It's like the stock market, and there's uncertainty the market crash is happening right now with us. Yep, and we've just been nowhere near good enough, mate. No changes. Ah, fuck off. That's nonsense, Arne. Nonsense. No changes. We're about to start the second half. He's lost the plot. He's lost the plot. Second half underway. Goes back and Liverpool play it out right hand side. He's lost the plot. That's actually pathetic from Arne. How do you not make changes when they've put in that performance? Free kick to Liverpool, halfway inside. Again, we'll sync up, but my timing's going to be a little bit off here as I'm using my phone because my Sky has stopped working, and my wife, of course, being the absolute genius that she is, goes out to the gym while I work. So if anything goes wrong, I'm on my own. Free kick to Liverpool. Fulham holding the line on the edge of their 18-yard box. And still, because need the box upstairs turned on. And the free kick was way too close to the keeper. Absolute floated straight into the arms of Leno. And now Fulham looking the counter. And as Ruspa said, yeah, Slot didn't make any changes. But that's unacceptable that he didn't make changes, mate. Craig, I began some sexy time at 1-0 and finishing it's 3-1. Well, good for you, Josh. Yes, sexy time for that 20-minute period, mate. Well played. Proud of you. Sub Craig, I'm 18 tomorrow. I'm lone fella. Well, happy birthday, first and foremost, my man. Again, ball cleared by Leno as we've just gone long. Happy birthday, my man. Don't be lonely, though. Enjoy yourself. Go out and have a good birthday. Squeaky Clean said, should I even watch the match or just stay in the watch along? No changes at half time. I don't know what to say. Like, there's no excusing those changes. Jota pokes it through. Here we go. Oh, that should have been 3-2. Leno comes out, makes the save, tries to lift it over him. Liverpool win it back in midfield with a great sliding challenge. Salah then gets the ball. Slips it to Jota. He's got to be scoring that. He's got to be scoring that. Got to score that. Leno makes a decent save, but it's 1-on-1 and he needs to lift it over him and he doesn't. It's a good save from Leno. Corner to Liverpool. That should have been a goal back. Oh, again Leno gets a touch on the corner. Salah lets go out for a throw in near the corner flag. Be controversial. Let Salah go. Sub him also. I'm fuming with Arne Slot, mate, at the minute. I can't lie, I'm absolutely fuming. How do you not make changes to that team? That's shocking. Throw in again to Liverpool. Ball back to Canade. Across to Virgil. No changes, Liverpool had. Yep. I mean, how do you reward that first half performance with no changes? I mean, baffled. Forgot to mention, by the way, at half time, thank you to our sponsors, Manscaped again. I got caught up with the technical issues I'm having. My Sky box still not working, by the way. Thanks, Sky. 188 quid a month for this shite. Kelleher. Having to watch the game on my phone. Welcome to the wonderful world of technology. Losing viewers by the second as well. Thanks, Sky, for fucking up my income as well. Virgil. Robbo. Again, look at that. Misplays ball. And we get lucky with a ricochet, but nearly lost that battle as well. Who are you playing that to? Again, we tried to square the ball across, and there's not a Liverpool player anywhere near it. Salah now. Cross in. Cleared by Fulham. We have the second ball though. Back with Mohamed Salah. Again, another aimless, pointless, nonsense cross from Mo. That's cleared by Fulham. Oh, here we go. Now we've got it back. Hallelujah. Thank you. Yeah, this is why you don't go out when I'm working. You've cost me 1,500 viewers and a massive headache and the whole of half-time wasted. What was that? How many times have I said to you, don't go to work when I'm working? Or don't go out to the gym when I'm working? I don't care. Leave one person here always. Right, we're back. Right, I'll do a sync up now in a second, by the way. As I'm going to have to fix the clock, so bear with me. Second half clock. Bear with me, I'm going to have to forward this a bit. 52. Oh, it's gone behind it again. Sorry, lads, I'm still dicking with the clock, but don't worry. There's a Fulham player down anyway. What's that? What am I at there? 53. Joshua said Craig giving Sabrina the talk slot, should have given the lads. There we go. Now we're on time. She knows. We have this discussion many times, mate. When I work, I always need one person in the house in case a technical issue happens. But she runs off to the shop with the 2 kids and leaves nobody here. Muniz getting some treatment there as well. So right, look, I'm going to sync up now at 30 seconds, so bear with me. We are now at 53 and 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39 and 40. Cross in from Maka. Kanade misses it. Soboslai chance edge of the box and he puts it wide. Diaz and Elliott coming on, by the way, which hopefully will give us a little bit of energy. So here's the thing I don't get, right? Why do this 8 minutes into the second half? Why not do this at half time? We've just wasted 9-10 minutes of the second half by giving the same lads who haven't been at it a chance to go out there and what? I don't understand this thought process by managers, and Klopp did it all the time as well. What's the point in giving them 10 minutes at the start of the second half? They don't deserve 10 minutes at the start of the second half. And all we've done now is waste 10 minutes. So here comes the change. Cody Gakpo going off to be replaced by Harvey Elliott. No surprise. Or to be replaced by Diaz, excuse me. No surprise there. And Soboslai coming off to be replaced by Harvey Elliott. So Diaz off. Or Diaz on for Gakpo and Elliott on for Soboslai. Sebastian, 2-2, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, and Tristan as well, welcome. Tristan with Whitefield, excuse me, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, gentlemen. Right, again, look at that, Kanade letting the ball bounce and fucking losing the second battle. Wake up! Again, Kanade watches the ball bounce and then loses the battle afterwards. Wake up. Sander Berg now, out right side to Sessegnon. Look, how does he do that? Ryan Sessegnon drifts inside with 3, count them, 3 Liverpool players standing around him. 3, and still gets a shot away. 3. Look at this shit. It's embarrassing. Goes in between 2 of them, and then Maka can't get out and block it, and they get a shot away. Oh yeah, Verza, go back to Kelleher again. That's the way, fella. Back with Leno, launches it long upfield. And Kanade heads it back to Kelleher. Kelleher flings it out to Robbo. Robbo gallops into space, plays it out to Diaz. Diaz now up against Castagna. Cuts inside, stops, again, continues his run. Maka, Gravenberch. Back out left side to Diaz. Again, back to Maka. Ball through to Robbo. Good Cruyff turn. And then again. Andy Robertson should be fined 10 grand every time he shoots. Watch this. Gets into a shooting position with a lovely little Cruyff turn here in the edge of the box. And a professional footballer yet again can't put a shot on target. Andy Robertson needs to be fined 10 grand every time he shoots. Because my God, for a professional footballer, he never hits the target. Ever. Sebastian said, how is our best defender a midfielder covering right back? Mental, limping to the title, it feels. It does, mate. Limping is the right word. Lads, look, I agree with any of the criticisms that are in. Oh, they're in again here now, Fulham with Sessegnon. Gravenberch gets a decent block in. And then Diaz. Gravenberch gets a good block in to stop Fulham's attack. The ball comes into midfield to Diaz, who literally kicks it 15 yards ahead of him with two Fulham players closer to the ball. I mean, what is it going to take for the man to get Chiesa or Darwin, somebody else on? Salah has ghosted yet again. Jota has been shocking and missed the chance at the start of the second half that he should have scored. And Arne Slot, once again, doesn't have the balls to take them off. And that's what I'm saying now. Doesn't have the balls to take Salah off. Let's be honest about this. Because there's no justification anymore. This is game number 4 that Salah's had a stinker. One touch in the opposition penalty area. And apparently is untouchable. Because he doesn't like Chiesa. Elliot. Jesus Christ. Another misplaced ball forward. Liverpool Prophet said the Chiesa thing's starting to feel like an agenda now, Craig. After what he did in the final, there's no reason he shouldn't be playing. 100%. Very good comment here as well from Anita. Said, how is Sessegnon getting so much space? Yep. And he's running at our defenders and getting joy every time as well. Canade to Virgil. Out left side again to Diaz. Here comes the pattern of Diaz running to the line and getting a shot. Cross. Oh no, the usual. Goes to nobody. Lads, if this is Arne Slot football that we're seeing now, I don't like it. If it's just keep the possession, get to wide areas and come in, put in horrendously under-hit crosses to nobody, they can fuck off and change the style of play, because that ain't winning nothing. All we do is get the ball into an area and just fire in any old cross to the penalty spot and nobody's ever there. Again, 30 crosses in the last game against Everton. 4 of them reached a Liverpool player. I don't have the stats for this one, but I'm sure it's equally as embarrassing. How are we still looking so complacent at 3-1 down? Said Cam. Slot is becoming a problem. Stubborn and biased, said HFMCE. The Chiesa stuff and the Salah stuff are utterly embarrassing at this point. Like, what he's basically saying here is Salah is above the rest of the team. Salah's above being held to account. Canade should be dragged off at half time. If we're being honest about it, that's what should be happening. Salah should be subbed right now, and Canade should have been dragged off at half time. But no, reward them by throwing them back out and let them continue to stink up the gaff. Chiesa performs every time he's subbed on. Stupid. Said Schmungus. Corner taken quickly. Said Van Dijk can't blame Trent now. Free kick to Fulham. Liverpool holding the line 2 yards ahead of their 18-yard box. Let's see how we lose this battle. Cross in. Oh, thankfully for us, it doesn't beat the first man. Iwobi. Ball out left side again to Andreas Pereira. He tries a flick down the line, but it goes behind for a goal kick. Right, let's look at the bench and see what options are left. Endo, Darwin, Chiesa, Costas, Kwanzaa and Bradley. They're the options left on the bench with regards to outfield players. Diaz lays the ball off to Maka, who watches it and then watches it too long, and Fulham come back in and take it off his foot. Jamie says Slot isn't good enough with youngsters. Like Klopp was remembered he playing kids against Chelsea, so they keep Salah on, which could impact the team. You've got to take more risks, said JJ Orr. Gravenberch now to Salah, plays it off. Bassi for a Liverpool corner. Stargirl said rushed out earlier because of an emergency. I'm shocked to see the score. What happened? We happened to ourselves. Two incidents really that I want to speak about, Stargirl. The first one was Ibrahim Konate turning around in circles in the penalty area as he lost his man and position. Then Fulham scored. Then we had Andy Robertson in the left back position playing it across his 18-yard box straight to Iwobi, and Fulham scored. And then Virgil van Dijk, far more there's another useless cross. Virgil van Dijk far more desireful, is that the word? Or far more wanting to argue with the referee than win his physical battle against Moise. And it was 3-0. Salah now misses a sitter from 6 yards. Ball's played in. Salah steals away at the far post. Gets 6-yard box. Ball arrives on his foot. Side foots it with his right foot about 6 yards over the bar. Lets it volley. Lets it bounce and catches it on the volley and rises it upwards. You got to put your knee over the top of that ball. Fuck off. Ryan said, Craig, I feel deflated. Team don't care. Anthony said, United fan, Liverpool suffering from fatigue. But the only reason, Anthony, my friend, that we would have fatigue is because the manager doesn't utilise his squad. You can ask anybody in the chat that and they'd say the same to you. If there is anything about fatigue, it's on the manager because he hasn't utilised the squad. But more today, it's been, I would say, arrogance than fatigue. Our defenders are just too lackadaisical and not physical enough. What's the point in having two big man mountain centre backs if they're both getting bullied off the ball? V. Aaron said, I'm sorry to be in the minority here, but I genuinely feel we're missing Trent. Salah definitely missing Trent, just my opinion. Look, there's no denying Trent would be making a bit of a difference, mate. You know, you're not going to get an argument from me on that one. But at the end of the day, Salah should be a good enough player to make some stuff happen as well. And we can't... Look, you're right about Trent. It's a fair point. The team would be stronger with Trent in it. But I don't think... If you look back in history, Salah at this time of the season has not shown up a lot of the time, or has patches where he falls off at this time, whether Trent's in the team or not. But again, it is a fair point. Here comes another change. Darwin coming on for Diogo and Connor Bradley coming on for Jones. So again, he seemingly has no interest in Chiesa. So, Kanade's coming off. Sorry, it's Kanade that's coming off for Bradley. So we're going to probably go to a back three, are we? So Kanade's off, deservedly. Too late though, Arne. So Bradley on, Nunez on, Kanade off, Jota off. I think as fans we deserve an explanation on the Chiesa situation, by the way. You can't tell us our wage bill's so high that we can't make signings, then sign the players on 7 million quid a year and not utilise them. That's a piss take for us fans. I don't know who's to blame there. Whether if you want to blame the manager, whether you want to blame the recruitment team, whoever. It's not good enough. Barry, I love your optimism, mate. I wish I could share it. He said, come on, lads, 2-3 goals incoming, believe. If we had scored that one at the start of the second half, Bazza, when Jota was through, that would have changed the trajectory of the game. But since that, we've not really created much. And once again, here now, we're going to have to defend another corner as Fulham have one on the far side. Squeaky Clean said, Darwin getting rewarded for crap performances while Chiesa scores in the cup final. Do you know what I'd love? Is one of these journalists to ask Arne Slot flat out why he isn't playing Chiesa. Any chance he's doing your job, lads, or are you just going to cry arse and ring the police? Anybody thinking of asking Arne why he just flat out refuses to play Chiesa? Journalists, if you could help fans out with that one, be much appreciated. Maybe, you know, call out the club for wasting wages that they're so precious about. Maka to Jones. Jones again. Maka. Squares it to Ryan. Back inside to Maka. Gio said, I know we basically won the league, but this is worrying. It is, my friend. It certainly is. Diaz to Elliott. His attempted chip through was blocked and Fulham looked to counter again. Straight into that space that's vacated. Here comes Anthony Robinson. Maka comes back to help out. Ball pulled back to the penalty spot. And Liverpool just about clear their lines. Those journalists have no balls. Well, they've some neck on them. Like, imagine threatening me with the police for calling somebody's opinion out. But, yeah, they don't have the neck to go in there and ask the tough questions. Like, every Liverpool fan, I would say, regardless of how you feel about the season, I would suggest that 95% of Liverpool fans would like the manager to answer the question on Chiesa. And honestly, and not be let off the hook. Not let him away with any of this fitness nonsense. It's been 9 months now. The fitness stuff lasts for 3 months. Then you have to seriously start asking, what was the thought process there? And was it a player forced on you that you didn't want? Will said Chiesa's situation is baffling. It just looks bad on Arne that he refuses to use him. It does. It feels like he's just trying to make a point to the recruitment team. But, you know, as somebody who cuts his nose off to spite his face quite a bit, and I do, I understand it, but at some point you're going to have to just acknowledge that we can potentially benefit more from trying him than we can benefit by letting him sit there and other players just feel like they've no pressure on them. Carmen said, just want answers on the treatment of Chiesa. I'm going to ask that as a poll for the rest of the game. 1 second. Goal. Diaz. Sorry, I missed that. 3-2. Lucho, go on, son. 3-2. Go on. Chance to grab something from this game now. Go on, Lucho. I'll talk you through it now. Fulham throw in, which they clear long. Goes to Maka. Curtis Jones then with a good pick out. Slipped in by Bradley to Diaz, who side foots it past Leno. Good vision this from Curtis Jones. Then Connor Bradley's on the run. He slips it into Diaz, takes one touch and toe pokes it. Great finish, Lucho. Well done, young man. Bradley on 2 minutes, look. And he's got an assist already. Luis Diaz with the goal. 3-2. Come on, boys. Right, so the poll question I'm asking is, do you want Slot pressed on the Chiesa situation? Yes or no? Let me know. If you want answers, if you'd like the journalists to ask him what's going up with Chiesa, let me know. Right, can we find an equaliser? 18 odd minutes to get one. Well done. I'm so happy for Connor Bradley, by the way. Straight back into the squad there and straight making a difference. Diaz. Out to Jones. Jones now. Rolls it out to Elliott. He's leaning back and tries to... It's one of those rolled across the edge of the 18-yard box. Left-footed Elliott's coming onto it. Tries to bend it, but is leaning back in it high, wide and very unhandsome. Craig Peters said, love Connor Bradley, proper character. Definitely. Like you can see there straight away. Himself and Diaz on the pitch and a difference made. Two substitutes both coming on to make a difference straight away. So again, you would ask Arne, why didn't you do this at half time? Referee playing an advantage here. Maka has it centre of the park for Liverpool. Slips it through to Diaz. Diaz now on the run. He gets dispossessed and wins it back and is fouled then. Well done, Luis Diaz. Gets on with it quickly. Darwin. Back to Diaz. Spreads it across right hand side to Mohamed Salah. Floats in across. Header. Ooh, unlucky Jones. Jones heads it about 10-12 yards out and forces Leno into a save. He does well to flick that header on, to be fair. Can't really generate the power he wants from it, though. It's definitely looking better on. We're looking like we've got way more intensity about us now and way more desire to get forward. Right, Fulham changes coming up now. So don't forget, the poll is up there. We've already had 1,500 votes on it. So do vote if you want to get your chance. Say, do you want Arne Slot pressed on the Chiesa situation to know what's going on there? So Castagna coming off now for Fulham. It's because I'm here now they scored, said Stargirl. Well, we can look at this two ways, Stargirl. We can credit you for that, or we can say you're to blame for the 3. I'll let you have whichever one you want, my friend. Right, so Emile Smith-Rowe coming on now for Fulham, as well as Jimenez. Anthony Boylan said, can't be fatigued if they find some level of performance even later in the game. Nessie said, everything is good now, but why wait till the 60th minute? Where was this at half time? So triple change. Reed, Smith-Rowe and Jimenez on for Fulham. Reed, Smith-Rowe and Jimenez all on for Marco Silva's side. JJR said would happily take a draw now. Absolutely, mate. No doubt about that. Would take a draw right now. Diaz battling away out there. At least get us a corner, Lucho. Or a throw in. I'll take a throw in. Throw in to Liverpool far side. Do drop a like, by the way, on the stream for me. We're heading towards 2,000 likes. Appreciate your support. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, we'd love you to hit that subscribe button as well. Hey, Lucho unlucky. Tries to flick it over the defender. Goes to ground. Initially, I don't think there's anything in this. Ball's played in. Let's have a look from the other angle. Nah, nothing in that. Nothing in that. Nothing in that for me, folks. Referee was right to do nothing there. No foul there for me. Oh, Thomas Tuchel there as well. Having a look on. Right, Leno with the goal kick. Just over 12 minutes in stoppage time to go at Craven Cottage. Still Fulham 3, Liverpool 2. Kelleher tries to go long out left. Liverpool lose the first aerial challenge and it goes out for a throw in halfway inside their own half. Yes, Macca, lovely the way he let that ball roll across his body. Darwin now spreads it out to Elliott. Nods it down to Conor Bradley. Salah. Lovely ball back inside to Conor Bradley. Who, I don't know what Luis Diaz was trying to do there, but Fulham defend it and now it's back with Virgil van Dijk. Carries the ball into the Fulham half, left hand side. Lovely ball, slotted into the left channel. Now Robbo, get your head up and pick out a man. All the way across. Elliott. Oh, he's hit the bar! Oh! Oh, I thought that was in. Elliott rattles the bar. And then the offside flag goes up. Oh, so unlucky. Thought that was in when he hit it, lads. Good ball played down the left side. It's crossed by Robbo. It comes all the way through to Elliott. And he rattles the bar. And then, yeah, Robbo was offside, coming back into an onside position then for the second phase, but that should have been 3-3. Oh, he almost hits that too well, Elliott. Another 2 centimetres and that goes in off the underside of the bar. So unlucky. Come on, boys. Keep going. Salah again with a poor first touch. And Fulham clear. Bradley. Oh, look at that from Macca. Little Meg. Oh, good goalkeeping. Unlucky. Come on, boys. I feel like there's one in us. Come on. John Edinger said, I don't like this limping into the title. I hope FSG take notice, but probably not. Not is definitely the answer, mate. But I agree. I don't like us limping to the title. But again, you got to ask, why is it taking this long for us to finally show a response? Where was this in the first hour of the game? Cross in from Fulham. Initial ball's cleared. Diaz is back there now defending. And it's a goal kick. Well done, Lucho. Right, another double change here for Fulham. Mr. Vaseline is coming on. And Tete coming on. So, Adama Traore with what can only be described as pigtails coming on. I think it's for Iwobi. So, Iwobi off. Tete on. And now it'll be Adama Traore coming on to replace Sessegnon. Oh, here comes Chiesa. Fresh out of the dungeon. Another 8 minutes here for Chiesa. 8 minutes. Robertson coming off. Andy Robertson coming off for Chiesa. That's just a desperation roll of the dice, isn't it? Every attacker you can get on there, look, understandable, but why leave it so late again? Bradley now. Virgil. Ball out to Salah. Keeps it in on the far side. Well done, Mo. Bradley. To Virgil. Elliot. Look at that. Taking up little spaces and pocket little positions and pockets of space. Maka. Darwin. Chiesa. To Maka again. Ball flicked out, but we lose the initial first header. Virgil, well done, Virgil. Heads the ball to Bradley. 7 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Salah again. Being poor, losing possession. It's just Salah again. It's just not been at it today. Gives the ball away, and then we give a free kick away just after that. But Salah hasn't been good enough again today. Right, so on the poll, we've had 2,600 votes, and 91% of people said that they would like Arne Slot pressed on the situation with Chiesa. Right, 6 minutes left. Fulham free kick. Looks like it'll be put in towards the penalty spot. No, he tries... I don't know what that was. Tries to dink it across to the near side, expecting a run, I believe, from a Fulham player, but none was forthcoming, and it goes straight through to Kelleher. Jones. Gravenberch, who's weirdly playing left side of a back three. It's Bradley, Van Dijk and Gravenberch that's our back three at the minute. Maka to Bradley. Takes a touch inside, goes past his man. I fucking love that about Connor. Immediately wants to get into space and attack the space. Elliot now. Back to Virgil. 5 minutes to go. Do keep hitting that subscribe button. Heating it. You can heat it if you want. I'd prefer you hit it. But if you can't, hit that subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you being with us again. And what's been, let's face it, a frustrating day. And there's Virgil again losing possession, only for Bradley to win it back. Chris Kavanagh gets out the yellow card for Smith Rowe for stopping the counter. Bradley to Virgil. Out to Ryan Gravenberch. Diaz. To Maka. Back to Diaz. Bradley. Out to Salah, who once again goes 50 yards backwards. Sorry, I forgot this one, Carl. I apologise, mate. I missed that one. Sebastian said, off topic, but must feel mad over 6,000 people watching your stream. That's half Bournemouth Stadium. And I try not to think about the numbers, Sebastian, because they just scare me when I think about them. We had 15,500 in for the PSG game, and that was very nerve-wracking, mate, thinking there was that many people live watching you at once. But it does feel mad. It feels surreal, and honestly, Sebastian, I don't feel deserving of the viewership. But very grateful for everyone's support. But I think if I was to think about it being a real 6,000 people, it'd freak me out too much. Chiesa now adjudged to give away a cheap little foul. We cannot give them these easy times to run down the clock, lads. Can't do it. No, man, we love you. Thank you, Spencer. Absolute legend. Just hoping we can create one more. But that's 6k that love you. And mate, look, it's so emotionally rewarding, and I feel, you feel the love definitely. Oh, good save. Kelleher forced into a save there, strike from the edge of the box. Elliott now back inside the Chiesa, switch it up. Look, man, you feel the love. You feel very humbled by people's support and their viewership. Absolutely. I just want to not let people down. Which is why I get so frustrated when I've got technical issues, Ratton, because that's when the old frustration Asperger's kicks in. And my brain goes straight to angry mode. Elliott. Good football on the edge of the box. Don't make a mess of this, lads. Don't give them an easy out. Throw in Liverpool on the far side. Come on. Get on with it quickly. Gravenberch. Ref, get out of the way. Diaz. Surely there's one more chance in us, boys. Surely there's one. Mo. Slips it down. Cross by Diaz. It's blocked though by Fulham. And the second ball we allow them to get to first. And then by a throw in for themselves, Calvin Bassey plays it out off the Liverpool player. Will said this title's going to be like a matte finish instead of a gloss finish. Well, sometimes I like a matte finish, but I certainly would prefer to be finishing a lot stronger than this, Will, yep. Watching Bradley, I don't understand Jones starting at right back. I can only imagine, Lance, that the sports science team or the fitness team said that Bradley couldn't start the game yet. It was too soon, which is understandable. Then it's just a matter of when, I guess, you can bring him on. Well done, boys, again. Come on, defensively, wakey. Ball up the line from Bradley to Elliott. Throw in Liverpool. 30 seconds of normal time left. Fulham in possession. All eyes be on the fourth official. Right, Bassey puts it out. Liverpool throw in deep inside the Fulham half. The 90 minutes are now up. What have we got? 6 minutes. 6 minutes added on by the officials. 6 minutes to find an equaliser. Free kick Liverpool. This is going to need a better delivery. And we're also going to need our centre-back, Virgil, in this instance to... No, we've taken it quickly. Cross in. Chiesa. Hit it! Oh, saved. Drops to Chiesa. Edge of the box. He hits it first time. And Leno gets down and saves it. Oh, you can see he tries to stab it with the right foot because he's being closed down. David Leslie, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, David. Thank you. Just wasn't far enough either side of the keeper. We've had one of the 6 minutes. Liverpool throw in, far side. Gravenberch takes it quickly to Kelleher. To Virgil. To Bradley. Darwin, Salah, Elliott, Maka, spreads the play looking for Diaz. Fulham player gets there first. Right, Virgil, back to Keller, here you go. No, just about kept it in. Well done, boys. The bin said, good call today, Craig, mate. Lots of love. Thank you. Elliot! Oh, another save. Oh. Thank you, the bins. Elliot forces him into another save. All these are kind of half chances, though, to be fair to the lads. They're not like they're missing sitters here. This Elliot chance was a difficult one. Same with Chiesa's one, but... Oh... So Diaz has scored 10 goals in the Premier League campaign for the first time now, by the way. Ball headed down to Jones. Tries to slip it through to Darwin. Fulham put it behind for a corner. Come on, boys! 3 minutes to go. Liverpool corner. Offside flags up. No corner. Fucking arsehole referee. No corner. Offside flag goes up. But Darwin didn't play the ball, so 3 minutes of stoppage time to go. Liverpool Pofford said, Craig, not happy with us recently, need to pull the finger out. I agree, my man. I don't think he was off there because I don't think he made an attempt to play the ball, but look, whatever. 2.5 minutes to go. Gravenberch, Diaz, edge of the box to Maka. Oh, he tries to twist and turn, loses out, and Fulham bring it away. Liverpool have won it back though. Chiesa to Elliot, out to Salah. Fuck off. Oh, he gets lucky. Salah wins it back. Cross in, awful. Awful cross again, Mo. Bradley. Elliot. Jones. Ball whipped across. Cleared edge of the box. Diaz. Chiesa. Again, blocked and cleared. That's a Liverpool free. That's a Liverpool free kick, you absolute gimp. Roadrunner runs across the front of McAllister and drags him down, you little dope. Watch this. Watch. Meep meep. Tries to run through McAllister. Fuck off. What's going on with Salah? He's just having a poor end to the season, unfortunately. Leno yellow carded for taking his time, which is his prerogative. They're winning. I don't blame him. Raul Jimenez out now near the corner flag, trying to run the clock down. Liverpool throw in, 40 seconds of stoppage time to go. Somebody show for him! Darwin, of course, just does Darwin, turns around and just plays a ball to the invisible man. Back with Kelleher, route 1 down the middle. Nowhere near a Liverpool player. Elliot brings it down. We're at the 6 minutes now added on by the ref, so it's stoppages for stoppages time. Ball drops down. Second ball, cross in. Too close to Leno, and that'll be that. It's over. Fulham win 3-2. And this one's on the manager. Fulham 3, Liverpool 2. The Reds suffer their second defeat of the season. And this one is very much on Arne Slot. And we will talk about it, of course, with our match reaction coming up. Link is pinned to the top of the chat. A couple of quick things. Want to say thank you to our sponsors, Manscaped. Don't forget to check out the Beard and Balls bundle. treat yourself to 20% off and free shipping with the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra and the Beard Hedger, 2 fantastic pieces of technology that will make sure that your grooming needs are catered for. Once again, you can use our code Anfield20 to get 20% off and free shipping there. And look, we'll talk about it in the match reaction, but for me, I'm taking Arne Slot to count on this one, because that team selection and the way that he didn't pull them off at half time, I think to me is enough to deserve some critiquing. So we will see you for the match reaction in 30 seconds time. We will talk to you soon. Thank you for dropping in. Do hit the like button before you head off and drop a sub if you can. It finishes at Craven Cottage. Liverpool 2, Fulham 3, not good enough. And we'll talk about it in the match reaction.